OKC, we believe in more than just selling cars. We believe in building relationships based on trust, transparency, and treating you like family. For more than 80 years, the Cavender Auto family has built our business on these simple, important values. We call it doing things the Cavender way. Cavender Ford of OKC would like to welcome all Putnam City Schools parents, students, faculty, and staff to visit us at 7320 Northwest Expressway. Confidence is Cavender. OKC, we believe in more than just selling cars. We believe in building relationships based on trust, transparency, and treating you like family. For more than 80 years, the Cavender Auto family has built our business on these
For those aspiring to change the world, the curious, the inspired, the healers, the innovators. What you imagine, you create. Dare to imagine the future you at Francis Tedle.
JimNortonBuysCars.com. Not only will Jim Norton Toyota's mobile buying unit come to your home or business, we'll guarantee to beat anybody's written offer for your vehicle by $500, or we'll give you a $50 prepaid gift card. JimNortonBuysCars.com. The fastest, safest way to get the most for your vehicle, cash on the spot. Log on JimNortonBuysCars.com, and Jim Norton Toyota's mobile buying unit will come to you. JimNortonBuysCars.com.
Welcome into the broadcast. It is Putnam City Pirate football on PCTV. We are live from Yukon High School in beautiful Yukon, Oklahoma, and their brand new stadium here at Miller Stadium. I am joined in the booth today by the main play-by-play man and Oklahoma legend, John Brooks. John, how's it going today, buddy?
Going good, Jeremy. You know, I got to thinking, so I've done over 3,400 broadcasts, right?
Right.
However, in football, that total is probably like maybe 315. Never have done a streaming cast, okay? So I'm a rookie.
Okay, all right.
You have a rookie in the lineup tonight.
Well, you know, I know we're going to be talking a lot about these kids as week 0. It's football time in Oklahoma again, which is great. But just to kind of give our listeners out there a little background on you, Oklahoma City Blazers for years, OU football back in the day. I mean, you may be a rookie to streaming, but this is not your first rodeo, is it?
It's not the first one. It isn't, but it is a little bit different. So I'm looking forward to it. Actually, you know, I did Putnam City back when Preston Pearson was the head coach.
Right.
Those 3 years, and had some, really some nice success. So I know a lot about the Pirates, and I do know this, that in visiting with Coach Willis Alexander, the very first thing that hit me when we were talking, he looked at me and he said, okay, this is a rematch from the opening game last year, because these two teams met last year in the opener. But Yukon prevailed in that game, 26-16, and Coach Alexander had a big frown on his face when he said, that's a game that got away. That's a game we should have won. There were 5 turnovers in that game. Hopefully tonight that will not be the case. What will be the case, though, Jeremy, we get a chance to see the quarterback from the 2A runners-up last year in the state championship, and that, of course, was Millwood. C.J. Turnbull has transferred in. Also from Millwood, on the defensive side, Deshaun Buford, outside linebacker, another move in from Millwood. But with C.J. Turnbull, this is a chance for an offense, I think, and especially since Roderick Sloan is back with 824 yards rushing last year.
That's right.
I think this is a chance where this offense can be better than it was last year. Coach Alexander made it very, very clear, Jeremy. He said, last year we had a state championship defense. We had, and between the two of us, we came up with this word. We had a unexpected offense.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
I think that was extremely accurate for the Pirates last year, and they have done a really good job on the defensive side, next man up. But offensively, with Turnbull under center, they are going to be a lot more dangerous team. Watching him in preseason and in scrimmages, these receivers almost didn't even know how to handle it because the ball was coming to them, coming out of the break. It's absolutely impressive, and he has one heck of an arm, one like they haven't seen at Putnam City in a while. So it'll be exciting to watch how the Pirates offense fares with a really good game manager like Turnbull, who is also a dual threat quarterback himself. And like you said, a couple of times a 2A runner-up at Millwood, he's going to be dangerous.
He will be dangerous. I think, when you look and you see that a player who started as a freshman at Putnam City, Mitchell Taylor, was a starter last year with Putnam City North, has come back to the school where he started his high school career, and as a wide receiver, he's a guy that's going to be a great target for Turnbull. It looks like that Yukon has won the toss. We'll see if I'm pretty sure they deferred, so Pirates offense will probably be on the field first. Yukon last year, 3-7, 1-6 in district play. And again, remember, Yukon is a 6A1 school from District 2. And when the coaches poll came out in the Daily Oklahoman just a few days ago, it was Westmore and Yukon down at the bottom of the pack again as far as the prediction. When you look over on the other side to 6A2 and District 1 and the home of the Pirates, Choctaw and Stillwater in the coaches poll picked first and second, but the Pirates are sitting there in the third spot as far as what the coaches believe. We are located, obviously, at Yukon Miller Stadium. The field runs from north to south, and the north is to our left, and I believe that's where the Pirates will be receiving the opening kickoff. So, anyway, that's where we stand.
Last time this Pirate team was on the field last November, they were in Muskogee in the state quarterfinals, went into the locker room 0-0 with the defending state champs and eventual runners-up. Ended up losing that game 14-0 on a couple of turnovers. We talked about the unpredictable offense. So it's going to be exciting to see the number 3 team in 6A2. We're going to run to a quick break. John Brooks on the call for the Putnam City Pirates against the Yukon Millers tonight. We're going to step aside. We'll be right back. It's kickoff time right after this.
Anyone can deliver pizza. Only Marco's can deliver America's most loved pizza. Hot and fresh and right to your door. Every day at Marco's, get 2 medium, 1-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each. Hello to the Italian way. Hello, Primo.
Welcome back into the broadcast, Putnam City Pirate football on PCTV. And it is time to get back to football action. The Pirates set to kick off. I think I saw that wrong, John. I gave you the wrong information. The Pirates won the toss. They've elected to defer, so they will kick off to Yukon. The Pirates on the north side, they will defend the north end zone, and the Millers going to defend the south end zone. And Carlos Yanez set to kick it away. John, I'm ready.
Yanez looks downfield, and he'll see senior Daniel Yebbett. And the other return artist is defensive back, another senior, Willett Lucas. Lucas to the near side, Yebbett to the far side. Yebbett a wide receiver, also plays on defense, a two-way player at cornerback, and does just about everything for Coach Brent Barnes' Yukon Millers, again off a record of 3-7 last year, and of course Putnam City off a record of 7-5, reaching the second round of the playoffs. Here we go, 2025, about to get underway as Yanez will approach from our left to right. No wind problems tonight, Jeremy.
Very, very still. The flags aren't even moving on the pole. So here we go. It's time for football.
Yanez's kick will come downfield. It's going to be fielded at the 10, out to 15 by Yevich, up to the 20s, trips and goes against the 25, got back up, but a knee touched the ground. We'll see where the official puts it. Looks like it's the referee, Mark Clark, who will mark the ball. It's a return from the 10 across the 25 out to the 28-yard line, and it's at that point that the Yukon Millers will get their first possession. Quarterback is Wyatt Jones, a running back that had a good year last year, had 6 touchdowns during the year, averaged 63 yards rushing per game. Destry Lujan in the backfield. Wide receivers are Prince Shelburne, Zayn Cahill, and Yebit, who just returned that kickoff.
Interested to see kind of how Yukon operates here in the spread. Got 3 receivers. We'll see if they're run or pass heavy.
Snap to Jones, hands the ball off, breaking a tackle outside, still going, stiff arm across the 35 and rolling all the way upfield across the 35 out to the 37. It looked like when he first got the ball, handed off to him, Destry Lujan, he was going to be hit at the line of scrimmage. He slipped a tackle, and against a defense that is probably going to have a lot of pride this year and be a very good defense, not a very fine play on the first snap defensively for the Pirates. It was a 9-yard pickup for Lujan. It'll be second and actually less than a yard, ball on the near side hash mark. And we get a whistle, and I think we're going to get, I believe, illegal motion here. We'll see what Matt Clark says.
It looks like it's going to go against the Millers, but I'm telling you, Lujan's going to be a problem all night. Big, strong kid, built really well, and he is going to be an issue to bring down. You've got to hit him low or you're going to be in trouble.
Wyatt Jones, the quarterback, last year played in 9 games, ended up starting and playing a lot in the back half of the season. He'll take the snap, turns, hands it off. Lujan's going to be hit in the backfield. Got no place, going to lose yardage, and it looked like the first guy in there to get a snap on him that time was, I'm trying to find, I think it was the middle linebacker, it was Evan Matoyer. Matoyer in the right spot, stops Lujan for no gain, and what looked like was going to be a drive that was going to continue at 2nd and 1. Now the Millers facing 3rd down, and they need about 6 for the first down. Just underway, opening 2 minutes, actually opening minute and a half. No score from Yukon. Opening game of the season, 0 week across the state of Oklahoma. 2 wideouts go to the far side, 2 to the near. Single setback in behind Jones. Turns, looks at his running back, Lujan, puts him in motion momentarily, takes the snap, drops back to throw, looks, throws right side, and is caught at the 40 for a first down. And he caught that ball in a lot of traffic that time, Jeremy. A great pass by Jones because it looked like he had thrown that up for grabs for a whole bunch of people. Unfortunately for the Pirates, the guy that got it was Keon Austin. He gets the first reception.
First pass of this season for Jones is a good one. Just a little bit high, but receiver does a good job to pull that down. 10 yards and a pickup of first down, so that'll move the sticks, and the Millers will have a chance to start over.
And let me correct myself. It was only 1 ace on that, not 2. That was number 1, Daniel Yebita made the catch. Here's a throw near side into the flat. Pass will be incomplete. Heavy rush that time on Jones, and that heavy rush from Dejon Anderson, John Ackerson, a name you're going to hear all year long. He was number 12 on the Daily Oklahoma Super 30 list for this year, rated the number 73 linebacker across the entire United States. 8 sacks last year. He was close to getting one right there. He put too much pressure on Jones. He had to hustle it into the flat. The pass is incomplete. It'll be second down from the 42-yard line. Ball on the right side, hash mark. Miller's moving from right to left. Here's a handoff. No, now keeping it is Jones, and he gets free, and he's across the 15. He's got a first down, and a great job by Wyatt Jones that time. He bought it for me for just a couple of seconds, then pulled loose, and by the time the Pirates could find anybody to get to him, he had a 14-yard gain across midfield. The chains moved to the 45-yard line.
Ackerson is dangerous, but Jones does a great job there. The little read option play, reads the backside, makes the right decision, pulls the ball, and fools just about everybody. I thought he had handed it to Lujan, but he hadn't. Gets around the corner and picks up a first down, and they're in Pirate territory.
9 minutes, 21 seconds to play. Early moments of the season here in the opening quarter. First down on the right side, hash mark. Again in the shotgun with his running back to his left. Jones this time drops back to throw. Has time. He's going to go deep downfield, all the way downfield to the goal line. It is caught at the 5-yard line and into the end zone for the touchdown. Oh, my goodness, what a play that time. That's Yebbett with a turnaround catch. Gets loose from the defender and takes it into the end zone.
Absolutely underthrown right there, but the receiver does a great job to look that one in and make a tough play. Number 16, Bishop Moore, is right there in coverage, but makes the catch over him and then works out of the tackle, wiggles out around the 5-yard line, steps into the end zone. Yukon goes on top here early.
Well, they go on top, and they go on top with a shot where literally you're just looking and saying, okay, who's going to come up with this ball? Both players had an excellent chance at it, and you have to give Yebbett credit. He kind of leaped around, as you said, around Bishop Moore, able to spin loose, get the ball, got loose from a tackle, gets it. Here's the extra point try on the way. The kick is up, and it is good. We have a timeout on the field after the extra point is good by Jonathan Haxton, and it is a 7-0 early lead. The game just 3 minutes and a tick low here at Miller Stadium.
You are listening to Putnam City Pirate Football on PCTV. We'll be right back after this.
JimNortonBuysCars.com. Not only will Jim Norton Toyota's mobile buying unit come to your home or business, we'll guarantee to beat anybody's written offer for your vehicle by $500, or we'll give you a $50 prepaid gift card. JimNortonBuysCars.com. The fastest, safest way to get the most for your vehicle, cash on the spot. Log on JimNortonBuysCars.com, and Jim Norton Toyota's mobile buying unit will come to you.
JimNortonBuysCars.com.
Welcome back into the broadcast. Putnam City Pirate Football. Following the touchdown from the Millers, the Pirates offense will take the field for the first time. John, you excited to see C.J. Turnbull in this one?
Well, without question, we're all excited to see him, and hopefully he'll have a little bit of the magic that he had at Millwood last year in taking Millwood all the way to the state championship game and losing a heartbreaker to the perennial champ, seems forever, Washington. There'll be 3 men deep for Putnam City. Mitchell Taylor, I believe, is going to be in the middle.
That's right.
Mitchell Taylor, Savion James, and it looks like Keandre Huffman. Those are the 3 that are back. And Coach Alexander said this is normal for him.
Kickoff goes close to number 22, Deshaun Buford, and he calls for the fair catch. So it looks like the Pirates are going to take over about the 30-yard line, 31 maybe, to get this drive started. Here comes the Pirate offense, led by senior C.J. Turnbull. His first year as a Pirate, has spent the last 3 years as a Falcon, so this will be Pirate fans' first time to get an opportunity to see him in the orange and black. Behind him, Rod Sloan nearly eclipsed 1,000 yards, even with a couple of injuries last year.
All right, 2 wide receivers to the short side of the field, moving from left to right, near side hash mark. First snap for CJ. He's going to keep it, and he tries to run right, and he's actually going to fail to get back to the line of scrimmage. That play, whatever the design was, it was not designed with any kind of hope that anything good was going to happen. Turnbull loses a yard on his first snap.
Looks like a little bit of a mistake by the Pirates there. Should have been a read option, and it didn't look to develop, so Turnbull just had to tuck it and go. Didn't work out for him. 2nd down and 11. Yukon showing a little bit of pressure
We're going to get a flag from the far side, and I think 3, 5, 9, 10. There was confusion as far as the Pirates for a moment, I think, thought that they were short a man on the field. Then they ran somebody on the field. Too many men on the field. There's a 5-yard penalty. And on the first possession, the Pirates go in the wrong way. They're back at their 25.
2nd down and 16, never where you want to be.
Turnbull on the snap, hands it off, running left, going no place. Yukon just absolutely smothers with 3 defensive players coming in on the far side, and Roderick Sloan, no place to go, loses yardage. So they lose yardage on the first play when Turnbull tries to keep the ball. There's a 5-yard penalty, too many men on the field, and on this sweep, it's another loss back to the 21. They need to go all the way out to the 41. You can do the math. And this possession has been less than 60 seconds. So big offensive challenge right here early for Putnam City as Turnbull drops the pass, steps up in the pocket, now rolls to the left, gets outside, gets to the 25 to the 30. He's hit, knocked out of bounds at the 31-yard line, way short of where he needed to go, and the punting unit will be coming out here early for Putnam City.
Good coverage by the Millers downfield, just nowhere to put that ball for Turnbull. He had time, but it was the secondary that really shut that play down for Yukon. So Turnbull does the smart thing. He tucks it, takes off. He picks up 10, and if you hadn't put yourself back in a 3rd down and 20 situation, maybe that would have been enough, but instead it's going to be 4th down, well behind the sticks. Pirates going to have to punt it away.
And Montoya, who was the punter last year, now also playing as a starting middle linebacker. Evan Montoya will take the snap. It's high. He has to leap up to get it. Steps up, has time to kick, but he shanks it, and it's going to come up way short. And it goes across the 45, takes a bad roll, and comes back down to the 43-yard line. And about everything that you would think could happen that would not be good is happening right now. That's a 14-yard punt with obviously no return. A high snap started this. The shank punt did the rest.
The only positive of that one is the chain crew didn't have to move very far. They just moved the stick to the other side because now we're going back the other direction. Yukon with a good start here probably couldn't draw it up any better. And so now we'll see if they can capitalize off the poor punt and possession by the Pirates, and they'll be in Pirate territory to start this one out.
Ball at the 43.5-yard line. Wyatt Jones at quarterback was 2 of 3 passing on the first possession. He'll hand the ball off. There's a big hole. Lujan ducks his head, keeps going at the 35, and powers his way all the way down to the 30-yard line. A gigantic hole on the left side, and that was carved by Caden Carter and Knox Schulte, and there was a lot of running room for Destry Lujan, and he picks up another 1st down.
Lujan does a great job there picking up the 1st down. He has great vision and size. He's going to be a guy that is going to continue to be problems. 3 carries tonight already for 24 yards.
Khalil and Kinley wide to the far side. Single receiver in the near. Shotgun snap. Jones going to hand it off again. And this time the Pirates are ready. They got a 4-man welcoming crew that time. And going no place is Lujan. First guy in there to make the stop for the Pirates was, let's see.
Number 33, Nasir Nelson.
It was Nasir Nelson, sure was.
The senior defensive end, 6 foot 215, shuts that one down, puts him behind the sticks, bring up a 2nd down and 11. Great job there by the Pirate D.
Well, and something that obviously was needed after that short punt and the 1st down on the carry by Lujan. 2nd down and 11, ball on the near side hash mark. Yukon moving from right to left. Here's Jones with the snap. Handoff again, and again the Pirates defense starting to look on this series like they hope to be. Unfortunately, ball downfield.
Yeah. Lujan again with another great carry, gets them down inside the red zone. They can still pick up a 1st down at the 11. Great run by Lujan, picks up another 20 yards, and it is going to be a problem if they cannot figure out how to stop Lujan and this Yukon running game.
At the 11-yard line, ball on the right side hash mark. Again, Jones takes the shotgun snap, turns, steps back to throw, throws to the end zone, got a man wide open, touchdown.
I tell you what, Jones already tonight 3 for 4. He has passed for 66 yards and 2 touchdowns, and we are just barely over midway through the first quarter. He is having himself a night. Lujan's having himself a night, and the Pirates reeling. 6 minutes and 11 seconds gone from this ball game, and they're down 2 possessions early.
The reception by Yebbett was good. Here is the try for the extra point.
Blocked.
And blocked. Somebody got in there, got a piece on it. Did not see the number, but somebody up front able to block it. So the only good thing that's happened so far. We've 5:49 still to play in the first quarter. Yukon has scored at ease on 2 possessions. And Daniel Yebbett, who, get this, last year Yebbett caught 1 pass, a 36-yard touchdown. Today, he's caught a 45-yard touchdown pass and an 11-yard touchdown pass. And he's had a couple of other receptions. He's 4 times as many receptions as he had last year. And you can't do the math on, you can't go 2 times 0
that's right.
on touchdowns. So,
that's right.
yeah.
That's right.
Hey, we want to thank all of our good friends at Professional Recyclers making this streaming broadcast possible throughout the season. Great news, home opener next week against Putnam City West. There will be a large bin from Professional Recyclers. You can donate clothes, donate all year long at every game, bring clothes to each game, shoes, clothes, whatever, put them in bags, whatever. You can put them there. Every time you do, you're going to get a raffle ticket, and at the end of the year, all those tickets will be in a big bin, and on the very final home game, there's going to be 2 drawings for $250 each, all made possible by our good friends at Professional Recyclers. So start thinking right now, every home game, and you can start with the first one next week against Putnam City West. Great opportunity to maybe pick up $250 at the end of the year. Most important, the donations all go to the Putnam City football program.
Absolutely. And a big shout out to our sports media team here at Putnam City. Mars Tolis, Ariana Velasco, Paloma Gutierrez working tonight and bringing you this broadcast. Grateful for their work, their camera work, their production, and making John and I look and sound good, because we've got faces for radio and voices for newspaper, don't we, John?
You got that right. Stinson Powers on the far side, Mitchell Taylor in the middle of the field on the 3 deep, and on the near side, who have we got on the near side? Savion James. All right, here's the kick.
Same thing here. Kickoff short left, and it's going to be Deshaun Buford, who again calls the fair catch. Really smart football there by Buford. You know, a lot of times those up backs, they kind of get a little confused when that ball starts coming to them. And he has made a smart play twice and saved possession. Now we'll see if the Pirates can actually have some success on the offensive side of the ball.
Second possession for the Pirates, and the first one was a total disaster that ended with a shanked 14-yard punt that set the Millers up in good field position. They took advantage of it, scored again, blocked extra point, and Yukon with a 13-0 lead. And C.J. Turnbull with his second possession, the new Pirate quarterback who played at Millwood last year. Low snap this time, picked up by the running back, and across the 30 goes Sloan. Great break right there. It was a low snap that time from the center, Britton Chase, but it skipped right through the legs of the quarterback that time, and Turnbull just spread the legs. Ball went through. Nice play, really, by Sloan, because Sloan alertly picked it up, and what could have been about a 6 to 7 yard loss turns into a 3.5 yard gain. It'll be second down. We'll call it 2nd down and 7 with 5:15 to go here in the first quarter. Snap to Turnbull. He's going to hand it off. Right side goes Sloan. No place to go. Tried to go off the right side behind Ricky Hinkle and Solomon McGlory, and there was nothing there except about 3 defenders up front, including nose guard Davian Smith and tackle Jackson Onderek for the Yukon Millers.
So 5 yards picked up there after the little trick play or the almost botched play on first down. Rod Sloan does a good job making a little something out of nothing there on the second down play. So third down and manageable, third down and medium for the Pirates here. We'll see what they elect to do and how this turns out.
Three wide receivers to the far side of the field, the Pirates side on the far side. Short side one receiver. Turnbull drops, looks left, going to throw. Ball tipped up in the air, intercepted at the 35 to the 30. Goodbye all the way into the end zone. Interception at the 30-yard line on a tip ball and into the end zone for the score. And I'm trying to pick up the number right now. It looks like that it was Tahir Neal, the cornerback. Last year played some, did not start. A tip ball picked up, and the misery continues as it's 19-0 after the 40-yard return. That ball tipped away at about the 40-yard line and brought back all the way into the end zone. There was no opportunity when the ball came down. There was nothing but open field, no white jerseys for the Pirates, who have been stunned here early by Yukon. Yukon won a 26-16 decision last year. 5 turnovers by the Pirates. All problems here early. Here's the snap. The ball is down. The kick is on the way. It appears to be good, and it is. We'll take a timeout. 20-0 Yukon. Still 4:19 to play in the opening quarter.
JimNortonBuysCars.com. Not only will Jim Norton Toyota's mobile buying unit come to your home or business, we'll guarantee to beat anybody's written offer for your vehicle by $500, or we'll give you a $50 prepaid gift card. JimNortonBuysCars.com. The fastest, safest way to get the most for your vehicle, cash on the spot. Log on JimNortonBuysCars.com, and Jim Norton Toyota's mobile buying unit will come to you.
JimNortonBuysCars.com.
Welcome back into the broadcast. It is Putnam City Pirate Football live on PCTV. You can catch us every single week on our YouTube channel, Putnam City Pirate Athletics. Todd Miller is going to do a few games for us this year, but the legend John Brooks going to be on. Wait, you got 4 dates with us or 5, John?
I got 4. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. It is absolutely fun. I usually do play-by-play, so color's a little bit of a change for me, but I'm enjoying it.
Well, it's the same for me. Yeah, when I have to do color, I'm atrocious. Listen, I got a lot of cobwebs here. I haven't done a game in 6 years. So there's a lot of iron falling down on the floor right now.
Getting all the rust off.
Yes, a whole bunch of rust.
Yeah. Well,
as a matter of fact.
Let me ask you this: Yukon could not have asked for a better start to this game, up 20-0 with 4:19 to go in the opening quarter. Pirates have got to figure out something quick, or they're going to be in big trouble.
Jonathan Haxton, who has kicked off on 2 other occasions, will kick again, and his kicks have been short. The trio back on the first 2 kickoffs were back around the 8 to 10 yard line. They've moved all the way across the 15 and actually in between the 15 and the 30. Savion James, Mitchell Taylor, and here will be the short kick again. And once more, we got the same scenario.
Well, I tell you what, the highlight for the Pirates right now is Buford, who does the smart thing. The ball gets up, it's short. He waves for the fair catch. He knows if he does that, they have to give him room to field the football. And that is so smart and something that's tough to teach those guys. And he has done it 3 times already tonight. Pirates going to take over on the 36-yard line, which is going to be good starting field position, but they're going to have to score here or it's going to start getting a little bit sketchy.
4:19 to play. If you've just joined us on this streaming cast of tonight's 0-week opener, it has been dominated by Yukon on their home field. They lead 20-0, 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, and a couple of extra points. All right. Lone empty backfield this time for CJ. Turnbull takes it now. He's going to scoot outside the left, breaks the tackle, gets across the 40, gets upfield to the 43-yard line. And I'm thinking right now that when you look at Matt Lane, the offensive coordinator for Putnam City, nothing has worked on the first 2 possessions. Let's try to do something different. Let's put the ball in the hands of Turnbull, see what he can do
Yeah.
with it, and he was able to pick up 6 right there.
Get on the back of your playmaker, let him make things happen. That time with his legs, design quarterback run, picks up 7 and puts them in second down and manageable.
Wide side of the field to the near press box side as we look down. Pirates moving from left to right. Long look to the sideline on that play call as the shot clock continues to wind down. Turbo now gets back. There's another low snap. And he hands the ball off. Sloan breaks the tackle. He's upfield across 50 down to the 45 and across the 40 to the 38-yard line. He found some room, slipped a tackle on one of the cornerbacks near midfield and was able to get another 10. Well, they're going to bring it back a little bit. He stepped out of bounds, got another 7 or 8 yards. That's a nice gain from the 42-yard line, 8 up, 8 down. That'll be 16 on the carry.
16 yards on that pickup. 2 good plays back-to-back here for the Pirates. Now if they can get the pass or get the running game working, and it looks like this one might be coming back on us, John. Looks like a hold maybe downfield.
Well, the way things have gone in this opening quarter, that's exactly what's going to happen because there has been nothing positive been able to happen, and this first positive play turns into a negative on the call from the referee, Mark Clark, and his crew.
So the hold was downfield.
But it was downfield.
Yeah, so still a first down, but the Pirates going to be in their own territory at the 47.
It'll be is it first?
First and 10 from the 47.
Okay, now they got the chains correct on the far side. So the hole was far enough downfield that the run by Turnbull did produce the first down of the season. He'll take the snap, turns, hands off to Sloan, goes left side, no place to go. Met by a parade of defenders on that far side for Yukon, and leading the way that time was the Mike linebacker, Lujan, and Michael Johnson, the defensive end. Gain of 1. It'll be second down and 11. We dip under 3 minutes to play here in an opening quarter that has been nothing but a nightmare for the Pirates here in week 0, opening game of the season here at Yukon. Turnbull with a check to the far sideline now steps up, says something to his offensive lineman. He has 2 wide receivers to the wide side, near side of the field. Single wide receiver to the left and a split in. He'll take the handoff, hands it off, breaking a tackle. Sloan gets outside at midfield, but then good coverage that time coming back after a missed tackle. 3 other players are there for Yukon, and leading the way that time was Lujan. Lujan's every place, isn't he?
Yeah, that guy
runs the ball.
Yeah.
He's the Mike linebacker, and he was there quickly to help corral the Pirates' Sloan, but he picks up a couple. It'll be third down. Ball just across midfield. Just the nose of the ball across, and the ball on the near side hash mark. 3 wide receivers to the far wide side. Again, Turnbull starts for the snap, then turns, checks the sideline again, changes the play. He's got Sloan standing behind him. He'll take the snap, gets it, drops back in the pocket, looks, steps up. He's going to run, gets to the near side, tries to get to the 45, will get there, but he's going to be short of where he needs to go to the first down. Going to come up about 2 yards shy. The clock will stop when he goes out of bounds with 1:33 to play here in a first quarter that has been all Yukon with a 20-0 lead.
I would say decision time here for head coach Willis Alexander, but I don't really think it is. You're down 20-0 in the first quarter, and you're on the other side of the field. It's too long to kick a field goal, too short to punt. 4th down and 2. Pirates going to see if they can pick it up here.
And they brought their 425 backup guard in to get a hole for him, and Carlos Jones, and they'll run right behind him. Here's the handoff.
That is going to be right at the
it's going to be
John.
very, very close. We're looking straight down from the press box at it. It's where they place the ball. It's very, very close to the first down. The way they're setting to set it right now, I think they're going to be about a half a yard shy. Yeah, Carlos Rhodes, he's a 425-pound junior, biggest player on the team, obviously. He hustled out there. They went behind him, but the are they going to bring it in for a measurement?
Looks like they're going to measure it. You know, high school football in Oklahoma hasn't quite figured out that new NFL technology.
Not yet.
So I think they're probably going to have to drag the chains across here.
It is perfect. In the press box, we are definitely looking straight down, right on where the ball is marked, which is inside the 45 at the 43. This will be a very, very close call right here. Very, very close. When I first looked, I said, They did not make it. I looked the second time. I thought maybe they did. Here's the stretch of the chains.
Zoom in on that.
And it is
first down by the nose of the ball.
I mean, when you talk about the nose of the ball, it couldn't have been any more of the nose. Right.
I think if that pig had just been a little bit thinner when he became a football, that would have been a first down for Yukon.
Well, that is just about as close. I mean, literally, you can hold thumb and forefinger apart and barely see anything, and that's what you saw.
Was that situation where the referee here a couple of years ago used an index card to check? It was that close?
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, the Pirates have needed a break in a struggling opening quarter. They get it there on the measurement. Their second first down. They got a wing back to the left. Here is the handoff the snap to Turnbull. Fakes that. Now he's going to go deep downfield. Got a man wide open. Touchdown! Jiminy Christmas all alone downfield that time. Into the end zone. Savion James. And it is a touchdown for the Pirates.
Great pass there. Savion James wide open, 5 yards.
I was wrong. It's Mitchell Taylor.
12.
Pretty sure.
It was 12.
Oh, it was Savion.
James.
It was Savion.
Yeah.
Okay. You're right. It was Savion. Mitchell came up late to congratulate him. All right. Congratulations, Savion James. Mitchell Taylor coming up to say, nice move. He got completely behind the safety, had about a 6 or 7 yard cushion, a perfect throw by Turnbull, and the Pirates getting back into it here late with a score with 1:03 to go. Here's the extra point and line drive kick. It is on the way, and Yanez, who last year was 9-11 on PATs, he picks this one up. We have a timeout, 1:03 to go in the first quarter. Pirates on a bomb of 47 yards from Turnbull to Savion James have pulled it back to 20-7.
You are listening to Putnam City Pirate Football on PCTV. Welcome back into the broadcast. The Pirates find the end zone for the first time this season. The first completion by Turnbull in his Pirate career goes for 43 yards and a touchdown.
Here's Montoya's kick. It's going to come up short. Brought back out by Willett at the 15-20. Cuts upfield 25 to the 30. Gets loose from a tackle at the 35 and is able to get the ball all the way out to the 38-yard line. A short kickoff that time by Montoya, returned from the 15 across the 35. Going to call it a 22-yard return. And the Yukon Millers will go to work with their third possession of the game. Last time they started after a shank punt at the Putnam City 43-yard line and needed only a couple of plays to get in the end zone for the score. This will be their third possession, and this one will be starting at the 37-yard line.
Another good play there by Nasir Nelson. The senior defensive end comes up and makes the stop. It does look like we have a Yukon player down, but he's going to hop up and get off under his own power. Number 27, George Keith, the senior running back there on the kick return. Gets up a little bit softly, but he is walking off under his own power, and we always love to see that. Never love to see the kids go down.
Here in the press box, you pointed something out before the game, Jeremy. We're looking directly straight across, and it looks like some football lights across the way.
That's
and you
right.
know what? They are football lights at
Yeah.
Putnam City West.
That's right.
And
That's right.
And they're playing right now and hosting Southeast in the opener. Putnam City North not playing. They will be back in action. They did not play on 0 week. They will be playing next week. Yeah. All right, here's the pass near side, caught on the throw by Jones. And the ball comes loose, picked up at the 35-yard line, racing all the way untouched into the end zone. It's going to be a touchdown for the Pirates unless they bring it back. That was the strong safety, Stephen Matthews. The ball was caught as the receiver started to go to the ground. Somebody stripped it loose, and it's a 40-yard return, and a couple of gifts have been given both ways tonight. The Pirates gave one on the interception. Now Yukon gives it back, and suddenly we're back in a ball game at 20-13.
Absolutely. Good work there by the Pirates getting to that quick. It was a decent completion, but the Pirates, a lot of contact there. Ball gets knocked loose, and then it's picked up by number 5, Stephen Matthews, the senior defensive back, 5'11", 195. Scoop and score, rumbles into the end zone and puts the Pirates back within a possession. We're still in the first quarter, John.
Yeah. I think if you had the over in this game, you'd be looking good, wouldn't you?
That's absolutely right. Flag down on the extra point.
Yanez, who connected on the extra point earlier, off the hold of Mitchell Taylor. Brayton Chase, the deep snapper is not Brayton Chase, the regular center. The deep snapper is tight end senior Thomas Stone. Mark Clark, the referee, looking over to the Pirate bench on the far side, and now.
So there was a legal substitution on Yukon.
All right.
And it looks like they're kind of deciding what's going to happen here. I think it looks like Coach Alexander chose to enforce it on the kickoff.
Okay, good. And that option was there. You could have taken half the distance, but you're probably not going to try anything tricky here in the first quarter, trying to get back within less than a touchdown lead if you can get the extra point from Yanez. So there will be a penalty coming up on the kickoff.
This hasn't been a tale of two halves or a tale of two quarters. This has been a tale of the first 6 minutes and the second 6 minutes of the first quarter of this game.
Good point, yeah, for sure. And turnover city both ways.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, at 5:46 left in this one, we said the Pirates are in trouble, and they have found a way to chip back in. The extra point no good, though, so.
Yeah, Yanez shanked that one last year. Again, like I said, he was 9 of 11. He's 1 of 2 tonight. Shanked that one really, really bad. So after getting a break on getting a blocked extra point earlier to keep it, less than a 7-point game, it would have been less than that, but Yanez kick is wide to the left, so it is 20-13, 44 seconds remaining to play in what has been, I think, safe to say, a wild first quarter.
You are listening to Putnam City Pirate Football on PCTV. Thank you to our friends at Professional Recyclers. We'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back into the broadcast. Putnam City Pirate Football on PCTV. Pirates, 40-yard scoop and score from number 5, Stephen Matthews, the senior defensive back, and that draws them back within a touchdown and an extra point, 44 seconds to go in this opening quarter.
Here's Yanez to kick. Apparently there was no penalty on all that earlier. Willett will take a long kick downfield, pick it up at the 18-yard line, and a flag comes after the tackle. Yabbitt was able to get it back maybe 2-3 yards across the 20 out to the 22-yard line, and as soon as the tackle was made, flag was thrown by the referee, Mark Clark.
Bishop Moore does a good job there coming downfield, covering the kick. They do stop him around the 20 or 21-yard line, but there is a flag down, so we'll see what this is about. It looks like it's going to go against Yukon. No, that is going to be a personal foul against the Pirates.
Sure is, and that obviously was, I'm thinking, a late hit after the tackle. Let's look at the Pirates defensively across the front. Again, regular starter, senior Trip Alexander out with a hand injury from preseason, unable to play tonight. Jordan Billings in there at defensive tackle. Keelan Johnson at nose guard. Nasir Nelson, we've heard his name 2 or 3 times tonight. On the right side at defensive end. On the left side is Johnny Jefferson. So that defense will look at, after the penalty, the ball being placed at the 36-yard line, and that's where this drive will begin for Yukon. And on the first snap, Lujan breaks the tackle, gets outside the 40, 45, pushed out of bounds from behind, but not until he crosses midfield and gets into Pirate territory at the 49. That was a run from the 36-yard line, so you got 13 up and 6 down, a 19-yard run.
19 yards for Lujan there. He is just ripping off chunks at a time. His last 3 carries, 13, 20, and 19.
And this is against a defense that was expected to be even better than the defense last year. Some problems here early. Here's the keeper by the quarterback, and Jones running to the left is going to get all the way down inside the 40 before he's pushed out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Again, a nice job that time as Lujan at least made a read that the defense had trouble with, and by the time they realized that the quarterback, Wyatt Jones, had the ball, he was on the perimeter, got it all the way down from the 49-yard line. He moves it down to the 35. It'll be a 14-yard pickup, and with 6 seconds to play, there'll be time for one more snap here and a wild first quarter that has produced 33 points on the board. Shotgun snap. Back to throw. Jones looks, throws deep downfield, got a man open. It's Yebbett, and he's got it for the touchdown. Unbelievable. Yebbett getting another one, and the secondary being blistered right now. That throw on the near side and defending on the play, but unfortunately not defending enough to do anything to prevent the score. Did we have I think it was
5 completions out of 6 attempts for Jones. A 36-yard touchdown there. 3 touchdowns in the opening quarter for Jones at quarterback. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that was Stinson Powers. So here's the extra point on the way, and time has expired. It's 26-13, and we'll see. We got another call from the referee, Mark Clark. Looks like there may be. Are they going to count this?
Pirates jumped, so. And it looks like Yukon is going to try to get that extra point back from earlier, so they'll get half the distance to the goal, and it looks like they're going to try it too.
They're going to go for a 2-point conversion. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Thank you to our friends.
The thing is, Jeremy, the coverage by Stinson Powers, it was good coverage on Yebbett. And it has happened now twice to 2 different defensive backs. Good coverage, but not enough for Yebbett not to be acrobatic and get it. And on the 2-point conversion, Yukon able to pick it up on a run to the left by Lujan, and now they get that extra. They get the 2-point conversion, and they get it back to a 28-13 lead as we end the first quarter. A wild opening quarter on 0 week from Yukon, and not a good one for Putnam City. Pirates trail 28-13. Back in a moment.
For those aspiring to change the world, the curious, the inspired, the healers, the innovators. What you imagine, you create. Dare to imagine the future you at Francis Tedle.
The broadcast, Putnam City Pirate football. Yukon finds pay dirt again on the arm of Jones, a 36-yard touchdown pass, his third of the night. And that was the final play of the first quarter, 28-13. You would think sounds like a final in week 0, but it is not. We are here
at the end of one quarter.
At the end of one quarter.
Jones has 3 touchdown passes. He had 7 touchdowns in 9 games that he played in last year. They got 3 touchdowns in the opening quarter. Here's Haxton with, again, that short little punch kick, and it will be fair caught on the far side. Short kick out to about the 35. It's interesting that they have done this. Last year, you would have understood with Gabe Osborne, all teams
100%.
wanted to do it. Osborne, of course, transferred over to Mustang, but bottom line is, Osborne, you could see teams doing that. I don't know if they still think that the Osborne ghost is there or not, but that has been the selection by the Yukon coaching staff here early.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, you would have never bet on Deshaun Buford with 4 kick returns tonight with 4 fair catches, but that's where we're at.
All right, the Pirates will start at their 32-yard line. Opening play of the second quarter. Underneath center, they snap to Turnbull. He turns and hands the ball off, but this time tripped up short of the line of scrimmage. And that's Kami Herrera. Herrera in for the first time at running back, replacing Roderick Sloan.
Well, and here is Lujan again. He is a problem on both sides of the ball. Fires through the middle of that front for the Pirates, and a tackle for a loss to go with all those yards he's ripping up on the offensive side.
Second down and 12, rolling to the right. Turnbull's going to throw upfield. He's got a man, and it is incomplete. Intended at the bench on the far side that time, but 2 defenders able to deflect the ball away, and it'll be an incomplete pass intended for Mitchell Taylor.
Another nice pass there by Turnbull. These Pirate receivers not used to seeing the ball coming out of the break, and it has continued to be an issue for them in this first quarter. And so because of that, 1 for 3 is Turnbull tonight, and 2 of those passes have just slipped through receivers' hands.
I think we got a timeout on the field. We do. We're in the opening minute of the second quarter, just 41 seconds deep in. This broadcast being made possible by Professional Recyclers Incorporated. They have a great promotion for all of the home games at Putnam City. Next week against Putnam City West. Bring clothes if you will. If you don't, at least see the Big Ben when you walk into the stadium in the main gate. And all year long, if you bring clothes and shoes donated, it's good for the program, football program at Putnam City. At the end of the year, you'll put your name in a box each time you do it. Chance to win $250. Snap. Rolling right, Turnbull, he's going to be hit deep in the backfield and dropped all the way back to the 22-yard line. Looking upfield, but good coverage that time defensively, and no chance for Turnbull as he was run down by a couple of defenders.
August Ott, the sophomore linebacker, comes up and chases Turnbull down, does a fantastic job to finish that play off, and the Pirates going to be at 4th down and 20 here, and they're gonna have to punt this one away. Definitely not what you wanted after giving up the touchdown.
Matoyer back to punt. Handled all the punting duties last year.
Looks like the Pirates are going to take a timeout. They want to talk this one over, make sure they get this one right in the shadow of their own goalpost. So there's a timeout on the field, 10:26 left to go in the second quarter. Today's game brought to you by Professional Recyclers. We'll be right back after these messages.
Anyone can deliver pizza. Only Marco's can deliver America's most loved pizza. Hot and fresh and right to your door. Every day at Marco's, get 2 medium, 1-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each. Hello to the Italian way. Hello, Primo.
Welcome back into the broadcast. Putnam City Pirate football on PCTV. 4th down and 18. Matoyer going to be back. He digs his heels in around his own 10-yard line. And the Pirates looking to punt this one away.
Daniel Yebbett deep inside his 45-yard line, closer to the 40, about the 41. Matoyer calls for the snap, gets it, steps up. High kick coming downfield. Hits way short of Yebbett as it just got across midfield. It'll roll dead and be touched down at that point. That kick was from the 23-yard line. Going to end up being about a 28-yard kick as the ball would be marked at the 49 of the Millers.
Deshaun Buford continues to be a special teams asset for the Pirates there, coming down and downing that ball as it started to kind of roll back and take a Yukon roll. He does a good job to down that ball at the 49-yard line. Millers in their own territory, but just barely to start this drive.
Wyatt Jones, who has 3 touchdown passes. Lujan, who is already hovering at close to 100 yards rushing in the backfield for the Millers. They'll take the snap. Back to pass is Jones. Looks deep. Got a man downfield, and it is short of the mark. Intended down around the 12-yard line. The intended receiver downfield was Zayden Khalil. And defending that time for the Pirates was, I think it was Bishop Moore that time.
DeAndre Huffman on the coverage there.
I'm sorry, DeAndre Huffman, you're right. Yeah.
For the Pirates. Does a great job. He was stride for stride. Coming down the middle of the field, does a great job and keeps his hands off the receiver, and absolutely a fantastic job there. It looks like we may have.
I think we had a holding penalty because the chains now, the first down marker is back at the 40, and the line of scrimmage was actually it's at the 39 line of scrimmage was the 49. We had a 10-yard holding penalty on that pass play. So it'll set up a still first down, but now first down and 20. 2 wide receivers, far side, 1 to the near. Jones takes the ball, keeps it, runs left across the 45, gets up near the original line of scrimmage, and actually nudges the football up to the 50. Jones has done a good job tonight in working with Destry Lujan, and you can say Lujan the same thing. They have been a little bit mystifying to the guys up front defensively for Putnam City, and they've been able to get on the perimeter. Jones has had some nice runs. That one, he picks up the 10 that they lost on the penalty.
Yeah, absolutely. Working that read option to perfection. We've seen it several times tonight, and pick up 10 there, make it 2nd down and 10.
Wingback set to the left. Here's the snap, and before anything can happen, the whistles blow, and from the far side, it looks like the head linesman with a flag on the far side, and it is going to be a illegal motion penalty against Yukon. So that'll set the Millers back 5, and it'll bring up 2nd down and about 16. We are still less than 4 minutes less than 3 minutes into the second quarter, and already 41 points up on the board. It was 20-13 at the end of the first quarter. Yukon has scored and picked up a 2-point conversion here early in the second to make it 28-13, but at one time, a disaster early for the Pirates. They were down at one time 20-0.
20-0 early.
Snap to Wyatt. Jones going to go deep downfield. He's got a man again downfield. There's a jump ball for it, and the ball is incomplete. There was, I thought, an exceptional amount of bumping and pushing right there. There was no call from the from the official closest to the play, but without question, Khalil and, again, a couple of defenders for the Pirates bumping into each other, no flag, incomplete pass.
Keandre Huffman there. I'm sure Yukon fans wanted to see a pass interference call. They don't get it. It looked like he had hand on the hip and then arm bar across as the ball came in. It just depends on which sideline you're rooting for on whether or not you thought that was pass interference or good defense.
Well, in this case, it was good defense, right?
Oh, every time.
Right, exactly.
Till it goes the other way.
Exactly.
John, yeah.
All right, third down, 16. Blitz is shown by the Pirates. Stepping up on it is Jones. He's got a man on a slant across the middle. Pass is incomplete. And again, for the third straight time, Zayden Khalil was the intended receiver. Good coverage that time. And some nice pressure on the blitz off of the near side.
Evan Matoyer does a good job. The junior linebacker, 5'10", 210 pounds, does a great job in coverage deep downfield. That pass right at the sticks, contact right at the touch of the ball. And so that's going to bring up 4th and 15. Pirates get a much-needed stop here and will get the football back. 8:49 to go here in the first half.
Mitchell Taylor is deep, and here is the punt. And he signals fair catch and then gets away from it. And the ball is did he actually come up with it?
Taylor actually comes up. He slips down. It's starting.
He was signaling fair catch. He slipped, but was able to get his hands underneath the ball, and he fields it at the 12-yard line. So it was a kick from the 41-yard line, 9 up. You got 38 down. That'll be 47 on the punt. And possession now will go over to the Pirates, trailing 28-13. This will be their 5th possession. They start at their own 12-yard line, and on the 4 previous, they have not been this deep. This will be the deepest they've been in their own territory to start a possession. 8:41 to play here in the second quarter. C.J. Turnbull takes the ball, turns, hands it off. Outside Sloan trying to run right, can't get any place. There was no room. Good defense on the left side that time for Yukon. They stretched that defense all the way to the far boundary on the Pirates side across the way. No place for Sloan to go.
Sloan, they just continued to stretch it. And, you know, what I used to say when I was coaching all the time, the sideline is undefeated. It is the best defender on the field. If you can get a runner to the sideline, he will never lose. And so good job there by the Yukon defense. No gain there on the run by Sloan.
Turnbull to take the snap with Sloan behind him, drops to throw. Now throws a little slant near side. It is caught, but it's caught for only a 1-yard gain as the ball gets out to the 13-yard line. And little chance for anything to happen right there. Mitchell Taylor getting that reception, but there was no place to go, triangled by 3 defenders.
Yeah, a 3-yard loss, actually more like a 4-yard loss on that play. So that'll bring up a 3rd down and 14 for the Pirates here. Not what they needed to see here deep in their own territory. Put them around the 13 or 14-yard line. 7:25
to play, 28-13. Yukon with a 15-point lead over the Pirates, who trailed early in the first quarter, 20-0 on a series of mistakes. Taking a snap as Turnbull tries to run to the right. Absolutely no place to go. Slips and falls. Ball back at the 12-yard line. And it'll be a punting situation again for the Pirates. You know, we talked about last year, Coach Alexander saying, you know, last year we had a state championship defense and an unexpected offense. And the offense here in week 0 has been unexpected so far for the Pirates.
Yeah, it has continued to be kind of a questionable plague for the Pirates here early. And so they're going to have to go to the locker room and figure some things out as we get close to halftime.
Yabbitt is deep. Here's Matoyer's kick. It'll come upfield. Caught on the run by Yabbitt. He's at the 45 down to the 30-yard line. Now 4 or 5 tacklers come in there, and the Pirates never did get him down. But Yabbitt still with the ball. Loses, pushed back, and the whistle blows by the officiating crew on the run that time. And that kick was from the 13, fielded at the 45-yard line, so a 32-yard kick from the 45. Levitt is able to get it all the way back to the 30. 32-yard kick, 15-yard return, and great field position again for the Millers as they will start for the second time tonight in Putnam City territory, this time at the 30-yard line. Last time they started at the 43 and scored on 2 plays. 28-13 Millers. Here's the snap to the quarterback, handoff, breaking free all the way down to the 20-yard line this time as Wyatt Jones handed the ball off, and that was Prince Shelburne who took that handoff, found a big opening up the middle, and was able to get it inside the 25, very, very close to the 20-yard line, and it'll be second down to about 1.5 yards.
Nice run there. Miller's continuing to be dangerous on the ground, and it doesn't really matter if it's Jones, Lujan, or anybody else. They are making things happen. That offensive line creating holes and creating opportunities. Millers pick up another 9 on the ground.
Power look to the right this time with 2 tight ends to the right. Again, here's the handoff, and here once more, getting the first down and getting 6 more on a carry off the right side is Shelburne. So they've used Lujan. They had George Keith listed as the backup, but he's not been in there. But a wide receiver, Prince Shelburne, has moved over into that second spot at running back, and on 3 carries has the Millers punching down for a first down just outside the 15-yard line off the near side hash mark. Again, handoff to Shelburne. This time, not as much room to go, and 3 Pirates are over there to make the defensive play. Again, remember, the Pirates are playing without defensive tackle Trip Alexander. I think without question probably the player up front, the number 1 defensive player up front for the Pirates. He's out with a hand injury, and it is shown at times, but that time the tackle was made by Keelan Johnson, leading a 3-man tackling crew. Loss on the play. It'll be second down with the ball on a snap to Jones. Hands it again, and once more a power move defensively this time. And for the last 2 plays, somebody's read something right. They've been able to shake loose any possible blockers, and that time it was Matoyer leading a 3-man charge. It's a loss of a 0.5 yard, and that'll bring up third down and about 10.5 yards for the first down.
Johnny Efferson, the senior linebacker, comes up and makes some good contact there. Matoyer there as well. This front 7 for the Pirates kind of starting to find a little bit of stride. They really need to get a stop right here and then force the Millers to make a decision on 4th down.
Third down and 13. Ball at the Pirate 15-yard line. Blitz is shown, and somebody sneaks in from the far side. You know, I think Wyatt Jones saw that blitz coming, and I think he held up on the snap, and sure enough, it's going to be an offsides that time as rushing in from the left side. I'm trying to find, was it Matthews? I think it was Stephen Matthews, wasn't it?
Yeah, Stephen Matthews and a couple of Pirates jumping there on the hard count. Miller's making their life just a little bit easier, 3rd down and 5. So Jones going to set up in the shotgun with a single back.
Handoff and running straight up the middle this time and all the way down to the 5-yard line, and that's going to be enough for a first down. Good push up front offensively that time for the Yukon offensive line, led by Schulte, Barrett, and Onyegbuli. They opened up a big path that time, and it was an easy first down.
Yeah, absolutely. They continue to do the heavy lifting up the middle, and, Yukon finding plenty of room. The penalty, though, is the killer there because you kind of let them out of the 3rd down and 11 and give them a 3rd down and 6 where they have an option to make it a two-down kind of situation. And
they are successful. It'll be first down and goal. Here's the handoff to the left side. And taking the ball down close to the goal line is Lujan, is going to be stopped at about the 1-yard line.
Lujan just continuing to pick up yards, and he has been a problematic ball carrier for the Pirates all night long, and so now we're going to get second down and goal from the 1-yard line.
You know, he averaged 63 yards a game last year. He's got a lot more than 63 yards here in the opening quarter.
He had 63 in the first quarter,
In the first quarter, yeah, exactly. Pushing that 100-yard rushing mark here in the first half. And the first half down to 2 minutes and 28 seconds to play. And I think, Yukon let the play clock run down. and then called the timeout on the near side. Head coach Brent Barnes calling the timeout, and they'll talk things over. 2:21 to play, 28-13. It has been a Yukon-dominated game. They scored on their first drive, 45-yard touchdown pass to Daniel Yebba. They scored on their second drive, another touchdown pass to Yebba at 43. They scored on an interception return by the safety Matthews from 40 yards to make it 20-0. Then Putnam City was able to come back and get 2 scores and get it back to 20-13. And then Yukon again on a 2-yard touchdown, a 36-yard pass to Yebba, and then they picked up the 2-point conversion to make it 28-13. Over on the Pirates side, a 43-yard, we had the interception return.
Got the Pirates have the scoop and score.
That's right.
And they had that. But right before that, they had the 43-yard touchdown pass from Turnbull to Savion James, which was their first score of the night. And so those scores coming back-to-back possessions. I tell you what, though, John, Lujan.
Here's the handoff to Lujan, and he'll go easily into the end zone on the right side. Absolutely a path there, and nobody even coming close to him. It's a 2-yard run for Lujan, and it is now a 34-13 lead.
Well, I tell you what, Lujan will take the touchdown, but he probably doesn't appreciate only getting 1 yard to run because he was averaging 10 a carry up until that point. He has 8 carries for 71 yards and a touchdown already tonight, having one heck of an evening, and 34 points, maybe 35 here for Yukon pending this extra point.
And the extra point is good. It'll be 35-13. 48 points in the first half of play. You're down 20-0, and you get back to 20-13, and you think we're back in the game, and then the table just flips again for you, and now you've got that 3-touchdown deficit that you had in the first quarter, and with 2:18 to go, you're sniffing at having that at the end of the first half.
Well, John, it has just been absolutely run after run for each team, but Yukon has had 2 such runs, the early one in the first quarter and then this late second quarter, having all sorts of momentum. It has just been swinging momentum back and forth. 35-13, I don't know if I thought that we would see this many points tonight in the game, much less in the first half.
Less in the first half, yeah.
I will say both offenses, for the most part, have had not very many early season jitters with, some of those early season penalties, the false starts jumping around. So pretty good on both sides as far as that's concerned, but that Yukon running game has been an issue for the Pirates from the word go tonight.
Well, let's see if it's a pooch kick again, and that's easy to see. It is a little pooch kick to the far side, and the fair catch signaled on the far side. And let me guess who that is. You go ahead and guess for me, Jeremy.
Well, it may be number 22, Deshaun Buford.
I think so. He now has five quote kickoff returns.
Yeah, that's right. For 0 yards, by the way. All fair catches on the kickoffs. What's crazier to think about is that Yukon has kicked the ball off 5 times in this contest already here as we are nearing 2 minutes to play in the opening half. Pirates going to start at the 30-yard line, and Turnbull and this offense would love to find a touchdown, a little 2-minute drill touchdown, and kind of make this one a little bit closer going into the locker room.
Double stacked wide receivers to both sides. High snap, Turnbull throws it over the middle, and it is incomplete. Upfield at the 50-yard line. The intended receiver on the right over the middle that time was Savion James.
Yeah, pass is incomplete behind the intended target, but Tristan Berglund was absolutely causing some pressure, which caused Turnbull to have to get rid of that a little bit quicker than he wanted, forced the incompletion, 2nd and 10.
And actually that was Sloan that was the intended receiver. He slipped out of the backfield. Handoff this time to Sloan from Turnbull. He runs to the left and is able to get maybe a couple of yards across the 30 out to the 32-yard line as we dip down on this possession to under 2 minutes to play here in the opening half of play. home for the home opener next week. It'll be Putnam City against Putnam City West in another battle of the Putnam City district schools. And, of course, on down the line, not too far away on the schedule, will be Putnam City North also. Turnbull backs out now from center, has Sloan in behind him. 3 wide receivers, wide side, near side of the field. Ball on the right side hash at the 33-yard line. It is 3rd down and 7 as Turnbull takes plenty of time looking at the far sideline. Steps up, looked like he might change the play. Now looks back again. Calls for the snap, gets it, drops straight back, steps up in the pocket, going to run with it out to the 35, trying to get the first down, gets it as he gets out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Just got across the 40. That's where he needed to go. Steps out of bounds. Clock stops with 1:13 to play.
That's what makes Turnbull dangerous. Not only is it the really strong arm, but it is also the ability to take off and run. And he turns a busted play, good coverage down the field into something, and so they pick up the first down. They're going to be 1st and 10 from the 41. 1:13 left to go here in this opening half, but the Pirates do move the sticks and keep the drive alive.
Turnbull will roll to his left now, turns, goes left, throws, incomplete at midfield. Threw it just behind Mitchell Taylor. Taylor turning, slaps his hands because he knows that while it would have been a little bit of an acrobatic catch, it's the kind of catch that a guy like Taylor probably is believing that he should have made.
Yeah, absolutely. He's kind of got that mentality. If my hand touched the ball, I should have caught it. And so 2nd down and 10, though. Incomplete pass doesn't kill you. You got the clock stopped, and you still got several downs to try to pick up the first down. Pirates, 1:08 left to go here in this opening half. See what they can do here on 2nd and 10.
Just off the far hash. Chase will snap the ball. Back is Turnbull. Steps up in the pocket now. Could run if he wants. He's going to the 45 and scampers out of bounds at the bench on the far side. Pretty good coverage downfield that time, but there was enough coverage that it allowed Turnbull. He saw he had a chance to get some yardage. He doesn't get the first down, but he gets a little more than half of what he needs, and it'll be 3rd down and about 4.5.
Yukon drops 8 into coverage on that play, so needless to say, receivers outnumbered going downfield, but Turnbull is not going to be deterred by that. Tucks it, picks up 6 yards, and it's 3rd down and 4 here with just over a minute to play in the first half.
2 wide receivers to near side, 2 wide receivers short on the short side of the field, the Putnam City side across the way. Turnbull now look to the far sideline. He's going to get a change of play as he goes up to his offensive lineman, steps back, takes the snap. Something happens up front. Looks like it may have been illegal motion.
I think we may have a timeout, actually. Yeah, it is.
Well, actually, I thought it was that, but apparently Yukon saw something. They were frantically on the near sideline yelling, call timeout, call timeout. They got it called, and we get a timeout with 1:02 to go. Again, a reminder that professional recyclers making this streaming cast possible during the Putnam City season. Good folks who have community thrift stores throughout the city. They have all kinds of bins in the Putnam City School District and have had for over a decade. They have paid the Putnam City School District over $100,000 over the last decade. They will have a special bin at each of the home games. When you walk into the stadium, you'll have a chance to bring clothes, put it in there. It'll go to the football program at Putnam City. When you donate clothes, you'll have a raffle ticket handed to you. You'll fill it out. They'll put it in a box. At the end of the season, they're going to have a drawing, and 2 lucky people are going to have $250 cash in their hands.
You know, something that is a story to kind of watch, as we've talked about Lujan having one heck of a night. Sloan, 9 carries, 23 yards. Haven't really been able to get him going tonight, and it has caused Yukon to be able to drop back into coverage and defend the pass.
Keeping the ball, faking the handoff, running left, Turnbull gets free. 50, 45, 40's in open space. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Going to be into the end zone. Did he step out of bounds? If he did not, it is a touchdown run by C.J. Turnbull. And with 50 seconds to go, the Pirates find a reason to find hope heading into the second half.
Fire the cannons, touchdown Pirates right there on that play. C.J. Turnbull runs a beautiful read option. We've been talking about Jones and Lujan running that well tonight, but here was Turnbull doing a fantastic job, pulls it out of the gut of the running back, takes off, and then shows us that speed and why he's so dangerous. Pirates get a huge score here as we near the end of the first half.
Edgar Yanez on to try the extra point to get to the 20-point mark. His kick is up, and it is good. Timeout on the field, 51 seconds to play in the half, and a 55-yard run by C.J. Turnbull, transferring in from Millwood. We knew he could run. We knew he could pass. We've seen a little bit more of the running than I think maybe we thought we would.
That's right.
And on that drive, it was a Turnbull drive for the Pirates as they go on that drive 70 yards in a handful of plays, and on the board after that 55-yard scamper by Turnbull, they trailed 35-20 with just under a minute to go here in the first half.
You are watching Putnam City Pirate football on PCTV. Thank you to our friends at Professional Recyclers for making this stream possible. Pirates going to kick off. I tell you what, here's the challenge. They still, they score, but 50 seconds, that feels like a lot of time for Jones and Lujan.
The way things have gone so far for Yukon, 50 seconds, you're right. You could get the idea that, we got about 3.5 minutes to go in a very vanilla offense that can move the ball slowly downfield. That might be one scenario. The other scenario is what Yukon's been able to do, rapid fire with touchdowns so far here in a wild first half on week 0.
You're saying this is not Army-Navy here tonight, John?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay. Here's Yanez's kick. Is going to come down deep and going to be brought back out at the 20-yard line. Ball is loose, picked up, scrambled for it. The ball came loose, and the Pirates come up with the recovery that time, trying to look and see who got the ball on the recovery. And it looks like, I'm pretty sure the recovery that time by the Pirates was, it looks like Jarius Pauly. I'm pretty sure Pauly came up with it. Ball knocked loose. From the returning, did you get the returner? Because I have
did
to
not
tell you,
see.
I missed who it was. Two guys came to the ball at the same time. There was a little bit of confusion. Balls turned over, and suddenly the Pirates, with a gift right here, with 43 seconds to go, are 23 yards away from making this a one-possession game. 2
big turnovers. If this tide turns, the thing Yukon's going to be talking about and probably should be talking about anyway are the turnovers. Pirates with a beautiful opportunity to get a second score before they get into the locker room with under 2 minutes.
Turnbull rolls right, throws the ball downfield, and it is
Rod Sloan on the completion. Sloan getting down inside the 10-yard line, mark it about the 5. Great pass there by Turnbull. Complete to Sloan. 15-yard pass, and that'll bring up first down and goal. 37.1 to go here in the opening half.
Turnbull sets his offense, ball inside the 10. First and goal at the 6. Takes the snap. Rolls to the right. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, and the Pirates, in a matter of 30 seconds, have moved from a 3-possession deficit to a 1-possession game here with the extra point coming up.
What did we say earlier, John? This game has been just shifts of momentum, and they have been heavy and quick. And Turnbull, 2 rushing touchdowns within the last 90 seconds of this ball game. 2 rushing touchdowns in the last 90 seconds of this ball game. It has changed the Pirates' odds. We said 2 minutes. They wanted to get a score. We didn't think they would get 2.
Yanez will try to make it an 8-point game right now. Here's the snap. And as the snap comes, a flag is thrown. We had movement up front. We'll see what the call is.
So it looks like it's going to be against Yukon. And
this is a chance right here. Here's your scenario. You're down 9. You now have a penalty against Yukon. You can move half the distance to the goal. You're going to get a chance now to get a 2-point conversion, which is exactly what happened on the other side earlier in this half for Yukon when they were able to convert a 2-point conversion.
Turnbull and this offense coming out. The Pirates do elect to go for this 2-point conversion. They're going to try to get it within 7 points.
They got 2 running backs. Here's the Snap to Turnbull. He's trying to power his way into the end zone, waiting to see the call from the head linesman rushing in from the far side. They got it. In behind, Braden Chase, Christian Rhodes, and Ricky Kinkle. Turnbull able to nudge himself into the end zone. Oh, my goodness. We got a 7-point deficit, 32 seconds to play. If you're looking for a little bit of drama, we've had more than a little bit so far tonight.
Well, it's been a little bit crazy. You know, I mean, we start out, Yukon gets up 20-0 within the first 6 minutes of the opening quarter, and we thought, my goodness, this is not what we were anticipating. Pirates answer back with 14 points of their own, and then all of a sudden, Yukon puts up another 15 points, and the Pirates answer with another 15 points. So here we are. We were at 20-13 at one point. We are now at 35-28, and it has just been nothing but wide, heavy swings of momentum. 32 seconds left. How many more touchdowns can we get, John, in this last 32 seconds of this one?
Well, if you can keep getting key turnovers, we might be able to get 2 more.
Well, what I will say, 2 fumbles. Two fumbles have led to 2 touchdowns, 15 points off of Yukon turnovers. The Pirates have capitalized. So huge, huge, huge statistic, and that is a big win for the Pirates. It is what has kept them in this game. And Pirates set to kick off. Yanez going to punch this one away. We'll see what happens with these last 32 seconds.
Willett and Yebbett deep. Here is the kick. It'll come downfield, and is fumbled, picked up by Yebbett. He's trying to turn to his left. Now he's going to be hit and driven back and stopped at about the 15-yard line. This is the second straight kickoff where there's been a lot of trouble holding on to the football. Actually, it was Willett that had trouble with it. Had it, picked it up, lost it, picked it up again. By that time, there were 3 Pirate defenders down there to make the stop.
Well, I think the Pirates were like sharks smelling blood in the water. They saw him fumbling with the ball, and they thought, my goodness, there's no way we're going to get a third one right here. Fortunately, Yukon gets back on top of it, and Willett able to corral it. First down and 10 from the 19, 28 seconds. It'll be interesting to see what Yukon chooses to do here. Are they going to elect to just take a knee and get to the locker room after this chaos?
I'll be surprised if there's anything very fancy right here, although Jones takes the snap, and that's what he does. He takes the knee, and that'll run it out. First half coming to the close as the clock spins down to under 20 seconds. There'll be no more play here in the first half. That'll be enough because everybody's panting and huffing and breathing hard right now because this is a 35-28 wild first half. And the Pirates, who have twice in this game, once in the first quarter, again in the second, looked like they were going to get blown away, have taken advantage of poor ball handling, a 52-yard touchdown return on a scoop and run, and then the fumble on the kickoff leads quickly to a score. The Pirates have taken advantage of some mistakes, and they're certainly within range at 35-28, and they'll have the ball first when the second half starts.
My goodness, if you were ready for some football, it is absolutely here. Week 0, live from Yukon. You're listening to Putnam City Pirate Football, presented by Professional Recyclers on PCTV. We'll be back in just a little while after this.
Anyone can deliver pizza. Only Marco's can deliver America's most loved pizza. Hot and fresh and right to your door. Every day at Marco's, get 2 medium, 1-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each. Hello to the Italian way. Hello, Primo.
Welcome back into the broadcast. It is the 3-minute warm-up time now. Both teams back out on the field, getting ready to get loose and get things back underway. Interesting first half, 35-28 is our score as we get ready for the second half. No, that is not a final here in week 0. That is absolutely what is happening here after 2 quarters of play. Interesting turn here. Turnbull, 3 completions on 5 attempts, and in that process, he has a grand total of 55 yards with a touchdown and an interception. You could probably chalk that interception up to his receiver. Lujan, 8 carries, 81 yards, and a touchdown on the other side for the Millers. Comparatively, Sloan, John, 9 carries, 23 yards. They just can't seem to get the run game going. 23 yards, but 16 of those coming on 1 scamper for Sloan. The big play, though, Turnbull able to run that little read option and take off and pick up the touchdown. He has done a lot of damage on his feet tonight, and the Pirates somehow, some way, only 7 points down after a wild first half of play.
I think you could say you're right about C.J. Turnbull. I mean, he went 53 yards on the touchdown scamper. Then after the penalty, was able to power himself in behind a nice job by the offensive line and getting off on that snap. He got the quarterback sneak for the 2-point conversion. But C.J. had shown us on 2 occasions earlier in the half that if things aren't working for Sloan and the passing game has been absolutely almost non-existent, you got to find something, and they've been able to find it with C.J. And so I think it gives the Pirates a legitimate chance now as you look to the second half to think we can get back control of this game. They have got to do a better job defensively because Wyatt Jones has 3 touchdown passes, and last year in 9 games he played for Yukon, he had a total of 7, along with 7 interceptions for the year. So he probably has not to take anything away from the quarterback for Yukon, but he's probably had a little bit better of a look tonight than maybe he would have had if the Pirate defense had played a little more, let's just say a little more sound in the first half of play.
Yeah, absolutely. Jones, 5 of 7, 107 yards and 3 touchdowns. He has not had any interceptions, but the Millers are losing the turnover game. They have turned the ball over twice on 2 fumbles. That has led to 15 Pirate points, and that is what has kept them in this ball game. One of those a scoop and score in the first quarter by Stephen Matthews. The second one coming in late in the second quarter with about 30 seconds left. Really about 55 seconds left. On the kickoff, right after that Turnbull touchdown, they turned that one into 7 points. And so the Pirates capitalizing on those turnovers. I tell you what, though, out of all 3 turnovers, there have been touchdowns attributed to all the turnovers in this ball game tonight.
Yep, for sure. Well, the Pirates kicked it to begin the first half. They'll get possession to begin the second half of play. And back deep, they they've still got three players back deep. In the middle is Mitchell Taylor. On the far side, Savion James. To the near side is Stinson Powers. And we're ready to get this one underway as Jonathan Haxton will handle the kickoff duties from left to right. But again, it is a punch kick to the far side and fielded this time at the 29-yard line. And actually, the ball's going to be returned for 3 yards. Was that our boy again?
Yeah, Deshaun Buford. At that time, he felt like he had some time, so he took it, picked up a few yards, and so he has 6 kick returns tonight. With about 3 yards of return yardage. So first down and 10 for the Pirates. They're going to be working from their own 33-yard line.
This is the 8th possession for Putnam City. In a game normally, if you get 11 possessions, you've had a pretty busy game offensively. Looking like that little figure will probably be top tonight. All right, here we go. Quarterback is C.J. Turnbull. Sloan to his right. He'll run behind him, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage as he's met on the far side and tackled just as he got back to the 33-yard line.
Well, Turnbull, again, trying to get it done. No gain that time. Yukon doing a good job. I tell you what, the Pirates are really fast offensively, but this Yukon team has done a good job stretching them to the sidelines, making them work east and west, and that is the way to stop this run attack for the Pirates.
Just underway, 40 seconds into the second half. Turnbull on a second down and 10. Stops the count. Now readjusts the play. Steps up in the pocket, going to run up the middle, and he's going no place. Maybe he gets a couple out to the 35-yard line. He has just had no opportunity, really, even to spot wide receivers. There's either been pressure or the coverage has been so good, he's really had no opportunity to find anybody in the first half of play.
Jackson Onderich, the senior defensive lineman there for the Millers, does a really good job chasing down Turnbull. And, the big guy showing a little bit of speed and athleticism, agility, and turns this into 3rd and long.
Rolling to the left, now turning to the right, is going to be caught and dropped for a loss all the way back to the 25-yard line. Turnbull took that snap. He looked like he had trouble holding on to the football, tried to run to the left, tried to go the other way, and the bandit, Trevor Wasabi, was there to make the stop on him. It's a loss of 5. That'll bring up 4th and long. And the opening possession, you get a chance to, in a one-possession game, to get the ball to start the second half. You do not go forward. You go backwards, and that will put Matoyer out to punt the football. He'll take the snap back in between the 10 and 15. Line of scrimmage, the 25. Yebbett is the returner downfield, and now Yukon has to hustle one more player out on the field to get 11 out there. As Matoyer takes the snap, it is low. He picks it up on the run, boots it downfield, and it hits at the 40, takes a Putnam City bounce, a good bounce, all the way down inside the 30, inside the 25. It's going to go all the way down to the 23-yard line, and that the line of scrimmage was the 24. You got 26 up, and you got 26 the other way. You end up with a 52-yard punt.
Yeah, best punt of the night right there from Matoyer. Great rollout. He is better with that line drive, kind of rugby-style kick, and he makes that one work out. He doesn't kick it directly to the returner. You don't want to kick that line drive to a returner because there's not a lot of hang time, no time for your defensive guys to get down there. So a good job there to kick it away from him, gets the rollout, and flips the field here. So Yukon going to start inside their own 25.
And this will be just their 7th possession. Snap goes to Jones. He's going to hand the ball up the middle, and out across the 25-yard line goes Sherburne. He got out to about the 27-yard line. Stopped on the play. It'll be a gain of about 7. Bring up 2nd down and 3 here in the early moments of the third quarter. 35-28. Putnam City trailing on the road here at Yukon in week 0.
Well, 3 minutes already gone in the second half. During the first half, 3 minutes were gone. We had about 40 points on the board.
Keeping the ball is Jones on a fake handoff to Lujan. He's going to sweep to the right. He'll get the first down. He needed to go to the 33. He's bumped out of bounds on the near sideline, the press box side, downstairs at his own bench. But it's a gain of 7 on the play, and the ball will be moved out to the 32-yard line. First down, chains move, 8:53 to play here in the third quarter.
First down and 10. Yukon continuing to use that read option, and Jones continuing to deliver with his feet. So moving the chains, first down.
2 wide receivers to the far side of the field, 1 to the near. Snap. Back to pass is Jones after the fake standoff. Throws it deep down the far side. It's intercepted at the 40-yard line. Back the other way to the 50, 45 to the 40, inside the 40, and down to around the 35-yard line.
Jarius Polly, the junior defensive back, 6'1", 170, was there. He does a good job jumping that route. The receiver just nowhere in the area at that point because it was thrown underneath, and Jarius Polly does a good job to grab it. That is the 3rd turnover there for Yukon.
And the 2nd turnover that has been constructed by Poly. He got the fumble on the kickoff and that led to the late score to get this a one-possession game. He gets the pick here. It was a good one, and the Pirate offense now gets a chance after a very bad opening series. They get a chance on the turnover to start at the 41-yard line. 9th possession, this time the ball at the Yukon 41. Turnbull hands the ball off. Sloan running to the right. Not much there as he tries the right side. And he'll make maybe a couple of yards, nudges the football inside the 40 down to the 38.
Sloan picking up a couple there on first down. Pirates finding a little bit of room, but, continuing to struggle in the run game between the tackles. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8. We'll see what Coach Alexander chooses to do here.
Past the 4-minute mark now at 7:51 to play here in the third quarter of play. Pirates trying to get back even this game and never led, have trailed by 3 possessions twice. Turnbull snaps the count twice, trying to get some movement up front. Doesn't get it, looks to the sideline, gets a play called in, tells his offensive lineman, steps back, takes the snap. Now hands the ball. The ball is loose. It was a handoff to Sloan. It was a mishandled handoff, and alertly able to dive forward was Turnbull. He was able to get the ball back as Sloan was unable to hold on to it. So it'll be 3rd down and a loss of a half a yard on the play, and a little bit rusty and a little bit sloppy here in the early going of the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. This felt like what more I anticipated from the beginning of the first half, but here we are, 3rd down and 10. Turnbull, though, saves the possession, gives the Pirates a 3rd down opportunity.
Turnbull again changing the play now as he looks to the sideline. He's got a wide receiver to the far side, short side, 2 to the wide side, the near side, the press box side. Marks the signals, steps to throw. Now throws downfield, far side, caught at the 30-yard line. It's going to be enough for a 1st down. Actually, the catch was around the 31, and there to make the catch on the far side was Savion James.
16-yard completion there, a big one. On 3rd down, it moves the chains, and Turnbull put it right where he needed to. Savion James does a little bit of work breaking a tackle, getting some yards after contact, and the Pirates in business, 1st and 10 inside the 30, still down by 7, but they're knocking on the door.
Near in the midway mark of the quarter, Turnbull takes the snap, runs outside, able to get maybe 2 or 3. That looked almost like a busted play right there. He was able to recover enough, though, and move the chains, or at least move the ball a little bit as he gets the ball down to the 25-yard line. It'll set up 2nd down and a long 7 as we near the halfway mark of the third quarter. At the halfway mark of the first quarter, what was it? It was like 20-0, right?
Yeah,
Yukon. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, so this has definitely been a little bit more of what we kind of anticipated, certainly maybe from the first half, but it looks like these teams, these offenses have at least come back down to earth. Have not moved the stick yet, so
There's right now 3 of the officials are having a conference on the far side. The referee, Mark Clark, visiting with the back judge, Bob Steckel. That's why the play clock was stopped. Now they got the play clock back at 25, and after a little consultation, let's see if the ball remains after the 2-yard run by Turnbull. It should be at the 26-yard line.
Still no signal yet. I guess referees also using this second half to knock some of the rust off as well.
Okay, now they say it's officially at the 28. So it's 2nd down and 8. The ball at the 28-yard line, right side hash mark. Pirates moving from our right to left, south to north here at Yukon Miller Stadium. Trying to get even for the first time in this game since the opening kickoff. And this is taking forever.
Yeah, they're still trying to figure it out down here. A little unclear as to what the issue is.
Well, it's the opening game also, so I guess you get the same thing. Everybody has some little bit of bad chatter, is what you call it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. 2nd down and 8. Wide receiver to the near side. 2 to the far side. Ball on the right side, hash mark. Snap high. Taking a Turnbull, flips it out in the flat. It is caught And out of bounds on the far sideline at the on the Putnam City side. Again, it looked like it was Savion James. It was. James with a little throw out on the corner, picks up about half of what he needs for the first down, and it'll set up a 3rd down and 5. Ball inside the 25 now at about the 22.5-yard line.
Short pass there for Turnbull on 2nd down, but they make it 3rd down and short, 3rd down and manageable really here, 3rd down and 4. I imagine this is 2-down territory for the Pirates, 4-down territory. So we'll see what they kind of pull out of the arsenal right here with trips to the right.
Snap to Turnbull. Options right. Tries to cut up field. Going to be close to the first down. He got inside the 20. Needed to go to the 18. It looked for a moment like he actually was thinking about a little pitch out on the corner. Then he saw the opening, was able to get it down. It's going to be short of a first down. It'll be 4th down and 1. And the biggest player on the team is going to check into the lineup right now. That is junior Carlos Rhodes in at a cool 425 pounds. But before that happens, Yukon wants a timeout.
Yukon's going to take a timeout. 5:52 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. No change in the score since the half. 28-35, Yukon leads. You are listening to Putnam City Pirate Football on PCTV, presented by Professional Recyclers. Welcome back into the broadcast, Putnam City Pirate Football on PCTV. 4th down and a long one right here. John, the Pirates with an opportunity to keep this possession alive. The offense on the field for 4th and 2 inside the 20-yard line. Let's see what Turnbull and this offense come up with here.
Let's see if they run behind Rhodes, the 425 monster right there, as Turnbull takes the snap, goes straight ahead. He's got the first down. That had a little bit of a smell of the Philadelphia Eagles right there. Not completely, but there was a little bit of push from behind. Now the question is,
there was a flag down.
There was
on the
a
play.
flag, exactly.
Yeah.
If this is against the Pirates, it changes everything, because then you'd have a 4th and 6, and that's exactly the way it looks like it. Apparently, might have been a false start. Well, Clark has not indicated what the penalty is. Well,
yeah,
whatever the penalty was, it is now 4th down and 6. So 3 wide receivers left, 2 to the right, empty backfield for Turnbull. He'll take the snap, needs 6 on this to get the first down to keep this drive going and a chance to get this even. After the interception that set up this possession. Here's the snap. Drops the throw. Throws downfield, incomplete, ball batted away. Tried to go over the middle, and he had 2 players in front of him, and one of those players able to get his hands on it that time and knock it down was Davion Smith, defensive lineman, a junior, and that will end the possession for the Pirates, and Yukon will get it back, and they escape the turnover.
Yeah, this is the first time tonight that they've been able to not give up points on a turnover. Turnbull had Rod Sloan down the middle in the seam wide open, but good awareness by that defensive line to get their hands up on the release by Turnbull. Turnbull, a guy that's standing at 6'3", just gets the ball batted down at the line of scrimmage. It falls harmlessly to the turf, but it was 4th down. So Yukon taking over 1st and 10 at their own 24. We'll see if the Pirate defense can force another turnover here. They've got 3 on the night, 2 fumble recoveries and an interception. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes. John, this is a little bit more of what we kind of anticipated from tonight's matchup.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, I'd like to think that we didn't anticipate at the end of the first quarter, 20-13. Right. I don't think we anticipated
Well,
that.
35-28 at the end of the first half is pretty wild.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but remember, it was 20-13 at the end of the first quarter.
That's right. That's right. And 35-13 at one point.
Yeah, that's exactly right. All right, Yukon will take over possession, 5:45, just past the halfway mark of the third quarter. Wyatt Jones at quarterback takes the snap. Hands it off left side. Big hole up the middle. Sherburne all the way out across the 40-yard line. Has the first down and another first down scamper of another 10. As that ball goes all the way from the 25 out across the 45. Well, they say his knee went down at the 44. That's a 19-yard run for Prince Shelburne. And he's had some nice runs so far. Now, he's had some nice blocking in front of him, but he's had a couple of nice runs. That one right there puts Yukon near midfield, and then somebody, I think, moves on the Yukon line, and one of the defenders for the Pirates jumped across to make sure and get contact, and this should get a flag, except
looks like that's going to go against the Pirates.
Except it went the wrong way, didn't it? Right. So much for my idea that this was going to be the perfect scenario for the Pirates, because it was obviously anything but that.
I liked the way you called it, though. I wish they would have gone with your call there, John, instead of the way they called it on the field.
Really? Okay. Thank you. That was Nasir Nelson that jumped it. All right, here's the handoff again. Shelburne trying to go up the middle this time, and he's going no place. Met right at the line of scrimmage by three white jerseyed Pirates, and he gets nothing. So after a couple of nice runs, this time he faces the guys up front, and the stop is made with a three-man welcoming crew.
Nasir Nelson again leading that charge, and so no gain there. That'll bring up second down and 5.
Keelan Johnson also in on the tackle in that last play. So it's second down. About 5.5 yards for the first down. Keeping the ball as Jones gets outside. He's got the 45-yard line. The 40 got the first down. Wyatt Jones scampering wide this time. He's been able to do this about 6 or 7 times against this defense tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Wyatt Jones doing a great job pulling it out of his running back's gut, taking off and getting the outside corner, showing a little bit of sneaky speed, is the quarterback here from the junior quarterback from Yukon, and he does get the edge against a very quick and formidable Pirate defense, and so that sets him up 1st and 10 inside Pirate territory.
At the 40-yard line on the near side hash mark, press box side. Snap again to Jones. Handoff this time. Shelburne, this time there's little for him. He'll be knocked down and dropped by Elijah Wilson, backup nose guard. Again, remember that the Pirates are playing without arguably their best defensive lineman, Trip Alexander, who had the hand injury in preseason, and hopefully we'll get back for the Putnam City West game, if not at least by the third game of the season.
Absolutely.
Clock down to 3:46 to play in what has been a scoreless third period, and Yukon with a touchdown lead, second down and 9. Handoff again. Shelburne slips as he gets to the line of scrimmage. Nobody actually touched him. He went down on his own. He slides for a 1-yard gain, and it'll now be third down, the ball at the 38.
Yeah, that elusive turf monster rears its ugly head and makes a stop here for the Pirates. And so third down and long. It'll be interesting to see if Yukon decides to run again. They have had a lot more success with the ball in the hands of Shelburne and Jones. We haven't seen a whole lot of Lujan in the backfield. He has continued to be a problem on the defensive side, but maybe they found an answer on the offensive side with Shelburne.
Snap to Jones. Drops to throw. Looks right. Looks again. Now little toss pass out front. It is caught, and out of bounds with it comes Zayden Khalil. Nice move that time by Jones. That's going to be short of the first down by a couple of yards, but Jones looked like he might be in trouble. Took that second progression, looked to his left, and saw Khalil sliding across the middle, was able to get a little basketball pass out there, and it is short of a first down, but it's 4th and a half a yard. Big play defensively here for the Pirates if they could stop them here and get possession back.
You've got to watch the ball here. You've got to watch the ball so you don't get drawn off sides.
Jones looked to the sideline changes the play, looks to he's running back behind, shifts him off to the left, takes the snap, hands off to Shelburne. He's got the first down, running off right tackle. Ran right behind the center, Jagan Barrett and Josh Onyegbuli, and that was enough for the first down. Short gain of 2. The chains move down to 2:40 to play here. And it's hard to say this word because we couldn't say it early in the game. That would be the word scoreless.
Scoreless.
We're in a scoreless third period, and I'm almost wishing this drive does not produce anything so we can actually say we had a scoreless period here in this game tonight after that wild first half. Trips to the far side. Shelburne steps out of the backfield. Jones steps back, looks deep. It's going to go deep to the end zone. He's got Yebbett wide open. The ball tipped away at the last moment. Yebbett has 3 touchdown passes tonight. He looked like he might have another one, but this time Stinson Powers, who has been beaten twice by him tonight in jump ball situations, was able deep in the end zone to get his hands up and deflect it away.
Absolutely. Stinson Powers does a great job to recover there. He was a couple of steps behind.
Yes, he was.
Turns on the jets and gets his hand in there. Perfect timing. Excellent play from the defensive back out there on the outside and saves a touchdown. 2nd down and 10.
That's almost a situation where you wish it had been like that on the others when he had time and was beaten on some acrobatics. Here's Jones on the snap. Hands it off right side. Shelburne, big goal to 15, 10. He stepped out of bounds, I think he did, at the 9-yard line. He actually got into the end zone, but a gaping hole outside the right tackle. Shelburne able to take it all the way down from the 28. Gets it down as he stepped out of bounds at the 9-yard line. That's a 19-yard gain. And just when you look like you might at least have things slowed down a little bit, now here are the Millers tapping on the door, trying to get this back to a 2-possession game. Right side hash mark, 2 tight ends. Handoff, Shelburne running right. This time he's inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line. And a big offensive push from that right side from Dillard, Onyeglo, and Barrett for Yukon. They have really been pushing those defenders back on the Putnam City side.
Yeah, they've been doing a really good job creating plenty of room for these runners, and it has been, Lujan, it has been Shelburne, it has been Jones who have been the recipients of that work from those front dogs, and they continue to win the battle in the trenches, and we go under a minute and a half, but Yukon knocking on the door here late in the third quarter.
Again, double tight end look, a single wide receiver far side. Once more, Shelburne gets the call, tries to come off the right side, and will get down close. He's short by a couple of yards.
3rd down and goal here from the 2-yard line, but it seems like they've been ripping off chunks of yards at a time. Lujan on the carry that time.
Yeah, that's right. I was just getting ready to say that. I was wondering where Lujan was. Well, where he was had the football in his hands.
Yeah, that's right. Just his first carry of this second half. Yeah. And so a 3-yard run there for him. 3rd down and goal from the 2-yard line.
And the clock spinning down now to under a minute, down to 40 seconds to play. Again, that double tight end look. Here's the handoff flag in the backfield, and this looks like it's going to be a penalty against. It is a procedure penalty, false start, and a break for the Pirates as Yukon will be backed back outside the 5-yard line. Ball was at the 2, so the umpire, Hank Reeves, will walk it back out and spot the ball at the 7-yard line. Clock stopped with 27 seconds to go. And again, what has been a scoreless third period of play.
I feel like you're going to jinx it here in a minute, John. But I tell you what, that penalty is really harmful. You go from 3rd and goal at the 2, which feels pretty manageable, to 3rd and goal from the 7. A little bit tougher scenario. We'll see what they choose to do here. Lujan in the backfield again for the Millers.
Almost the same formation. 2 wide receivers, far side. Again, back to throw is Jones looking in the end zone. They're going to scramble left. They're trying to pin him in. He's down near the goal line, and he's going to be stopped short at about the 1.5-yard line. Scrambling on the far side. Pirates were able to get some nice play in the end zone on coverage on a couple of players, and as he moved to the left and headed downfield, he was tackled on the play. Might have been Matoyer that had his hands on him, and that's going to be short of a first down as the third period, let me repeat this, comes to a close, and it is scoreless. That is like no points on the board for either team. Who would have thought, right?
Absolutely. Well, Jones does a good job. Those passing lanes get really tight, especially when you're that close to the end zone, and Jones does a good job to pull it. That offensive line, though, again, a star of that play, giving Jones plenty of time, but when the defensive backs of Putnam City shut everything down, Jones does a good job to pull it and pick up the 5 yards they lost on the penalty. We'll switch sides, but now it's going to be 4th and goal from the 2 for Yukon instead. You are listening to Putnam City Pirate Football on PCTV, presented by Professional Recyclers.
From the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment.
Did you know your new favorite burger has hand-smashed patties made to order, hot and melty cheese, and a tangy sauce? How rude of me. Let me introduce you. Try the all-new Double Sonic Smasher and at a half-price drink in the app.
Here we go.
Welcome back into the broadcast. Putnam City Pirate Football, 4th down and goal from the 2-yard line. Yukon seeing if they can get another possession right here.
Well, there was obviously no thought about kicking a field goal. They're going to go for it, leading by 7, 35-28. Jones takes the snap, runs to the left. He's able to get in the end zone very, very easy. Wasn't even close. Had a block out on the corner. Easy 2-yard run for Wyatt Jones. He's got 3 touchdown passes. He's got a touchdown run. That concludes a 75-yard drive that ate up half of the third quarter.
Yeah, absolutely impressive drive put together by the Millers right there. But, I think if you're the Pirates, you see Lujan in the backfield. He's been gashing you for 7, 8, 9 yards at a time. You would assume with him in the backfield, they've used him sparingly here in the third quarter, you would assume that they were going to hand the ball to him, but he just works outside as the lead blocker for Jones and sets a really good edge. We do have a Pirate down here early in the fourth quarter. Let's step aside. It looks like they're working out a cramp right now, and so we're going to step aside while our amazing sports medicine staff led by Coach Brady Cross looks at him, and actually let's not step aside. They got him up and he's moving. So it looks like just those early season warm football time cramps. But I tell you what, John,
it was Deshaun Buford. He was worn out from catching
all those kick returns,
all those fair catch kickoffs in the first half.
I tell you what, didn't expect in week 0 for us to have football weather, but by goodness, we do have football weather tonight, don't we, John?
Oh, without question, it's a beautiful night for football. Yeah, great. Really
first cramp we've seen, and usually when it's in the 90s, or even warmer, you see everybody cramping up. So it's been good at least from that perspective. But Yukon now takes the 2-touchdown lead and pending this extra point.
Jonathan Axton to try the extra point. Goki is the deep snapper. The holder is quarterback Wyatt Jones. He had one blocked in the first half. They got those points back on a 2-point conversion later. This will be a 14-point lead if he gets this one through. The kick is on the way, and it is good. So we have a timeout just 5 seconds into the third quarter. I do want to take just a moment again to talk to everyone about the great promotion that Professional Recyclers is doing this entire season. Beginning with the home game next week against Putnam City West, there will be a gigantic bin just as you walk in the main gate at Putnam City Stadium. And it's a place where you can put all of your clothing and shoe donations. All the donations that go there, proceeds go to the Putnam City football program. Most importantly for you, bring clothes each game, bring things that you want to get away, clean out the closet, because what's going to happen is every time you bring something, you're going to get a raffle card. You're going to fill it out, put it in the box. At the end of the season, they're going to draw 2 tickets worth $250 each. So you got a chance to give away, help not only the football program, help professional recyclers, all the community thrift stores they have, and you got a chance maybe to pick up $250. Start thinking about it for the opener next week against Putnam City West.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Pirate Stadium. It has been 40 years since the back-to-back state championships in 74 and 75, and so the home opener next week against crosstown rival PC West, inter-district rival. So
here is a deep kick downfield, believe it or not. After the little pooch kick, the entire first half, Haxton drills it deep downfield. It goes out of bounds, though, at the 10-yard line. So a break there for the Pirates. They'll get probably equal, just about the same field position that they've been getting on almost every possession so far. This is going to be possession number 10, and we're just 5 seconds into the third quarter. Normally, you get maybe 9, 10 possessions in a game. You're looking at maybe 12 or 13 here the way this game's going.
Yeah, absolutely. But the Pirates are going to have to find a score here. We're in the fourth quarter. They're down by 14 points after giving up a long and arduous drive by the Millers. Probably the best drive we've seen put together tonight from either side.
Without question. I mean, no turnovers, no interceptions, no scoop and run, no short fields. 75-yard drive was huge for the Millers. Snap comes to Turnbull. He goes deep in the pocket, steps up. Now he's going to go downfield, and it is on the 40-yard line far side. The pass was intended on the far side for not Savian James. It was intended for
Rod Sloan coming out of the backfield.
Rod Sloan coming out of the backfield. Actually, the Pirates had a receiver wide open on the near side, Mitchell Taylor. Nobody here on the press box side, nobody near him, but Turnbull obviously didn't see him. His focus had been on Sloan. He went deep. It was incomplete at the 40-yard line. Trying to get something over the top on the first snap. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. As Turnbull checks the sideline far side, gets the play. He's got 2 wide receivers far side, stacked up on the short side, drops to throw. Now he's going to run with it. Now throws it over the middle, and it is incomplete. All alone at the 45-yard line, it would have been for Mitchell Taylor an easy catch and a first down, but he kind of got twisted around. The pass came off of his hip. He couldn't hold on to it. Great opportunity right there to have moved the chains out to the 45. Now it comes a 3rd down and trailing by 2 touchdowns here early in the 4th. 3rd and long, 3rd and 10, the ball at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, rare misfire there as far as accuracy from Turnbull. He puts it behind his intended target, and it was just a little too far out of reach for Taylor, and Taylor unable to make the adjustment. So, and it got on him quick. Turnbull put a bullet out there. Mitchell unable to corral it. 3rd down and 10, and it looks like we're going to have a timeout here with 11:41 left to go. Pirates take a timeout. They want to talk over this 3rd down. It is a crucial 3rd down here early in the 4th quarter. You are listening to Putnam City Pirate Football on PCTV, presented by Professional Recyclers.
From the Sonic Department of Research and Delicioussement.
They say you can't put a price on fun, but they don't know what the heck they're talking about. Fun's now $1.99 at Sonic with creamy queso wraps and more. Take that, they. The Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99.
Welcome back into the broadcast. It is going to be 3rd down and 10, John. Pirates need a conversion here.
And Turnbull will call for the snap. 1-step drop. Throws out in the fight. Got a man at the 40, 45 to the 50-yard line across midfield. That reception on the far side, enough for a first down. And the guy who got it that time was the backup inside receiver, Sean Jones, the 5'8", 140-pound junior. Ball all the way out across midfield to the 48-yard line. That's going to be a 17-yard pickup and might have been Turnbull's best throw of the day so far.
It was a fantastic pitch and catch, and Sean Jones getting involved in the Pirates offense here in the fourth quarter just when they needed it. A crucial first down completion.
3 wides to the wide side, near side of the field. Turnbull looks that way. Little slant pattern. Here's Sean Jones again. He'll take the catch, hit immediately, but it was a little hook pattern on the near side. He got to the 41-yard line, and that'll be a gain of 6 on the play. We'll set up second down and 6. And at least on these last 2 throws by Turnbull, he's looked as if from here, as if there's a little bit of confidence here that he hasn't really shown before. He actually knew where he was going immediately, was able to get rid of the ball 2 or 3 times tonight. He's had receivers open, just simply did not have the opportunity to get the ball to him in time. And again, we got an injured player downfield, and that is for Yukon. The injured player for Yukon, everybody was ready for the snap, and then he just simply, literally just fell down. It's one of the safeties for the Millers, so they'll take a look at him. Again, we want to remind you that our friends at Professional Recyclers have this great promotion. 2 lucky Putnam City original fans are going to win $250 each at the last home game of the season. Why? Because they brought clothes, they brought shoes, they brought them, and they dropped them in the big bin that we'll be setting inside the stadium at the main gate for each home game. They got a raffle ticket, they put it in a big box, and at the end of the season, 2 names were drawn. 2 people are going to have $250. And where does the money go as far as the donated clothing? Much of that money will go to Putnam City football, Putnam City, the Pirates football program.
Absolutely.
All right, here we go. Second down and 3. Ball at the 41-yard line, middle of the field. Snap, Turnbull, running left, avoids the tackler, comes back, keeps his feet, still going. He's got the first down and more as he's inside the 35 and all the way down to the 30-yard line. He was almost tackled out on the corner at the 40-yard line, and the guy that was wheeling in there and had a chance to hit him low, but he was able to avoid the tackle opportunity. And that was the difference right there, because that was Michael Johnson, the defensive end. Almost had Turnbull. Turnbull avoids the tackle, gets 8 more yards, gets the first down, change move, ball at the 31-yard line. Pirates on a drive trying to get back within a touchdown, down by 2 at this point. Turnbull drops, throws over the middle, and it is incomplete at the 22-yard line. The intended receiver was Mitchell Taylor. I thought Taylor had a good chance at it. Looked like it just simply went through his hands.
Yeah, absolutely slipped right through his hands. Rod Sloan on the receiving end of that one, actually, John, and unfortunately unable to corral it. It hit him right in the hands. I don't know anywhere else you could put that.
Sloan actually is lined up now as a wide receiver to the near side with 3 wides that side. Turnbull again drops the throw. He's in trouble. He's going to be hit, and he's going to be sacked all the way back at the 40-yard line. It's going to be a loss of 10 on the play, and the Millers that time getting a nice rush that time, getting in there and getting a hand on him and being able to make the stop was the defensive end Jackson Onderak leading a 3-man charge. A huge loss. And a tough one for the Pirates because they were moving the football, had gotten inside the 35-yard line. Now the ball marked back out at the 39-yard line, and a long ways to go. They have to go all the way down to the 20. It is 3rd down and 19. Trips to the near side. Single wide receiver to the Putnam City bench side, and the Pirates are going to take a timeout.
Pirates want to talk this one over. Another big 3rd down here with 9:13 left to go in this opening contest of the 2025 season. It's week 0. High school football is back. You are listening to Putnam City Pirate Football on PCTV, presented by Professional Recyclers. Welcome back into the broadcast. Putnam City Pirate football on PCTV. 3rd down and 19. Turnbull going to be in the shotgun, empty backfield.
And with trips to the near side, 2 to the wide side, he takes the snap, drops, has time. Now rolls to his right, still looking deep. Going to go deep downfield. He's got a man in the end zone. The long pass downfield is going to be incomplete. 2 defenders were able to get in there and sandwich the intended receiver, and the pass falls incomplete. That one intended for Sloan. Sloan's had 2 or 3 good chances, but Roderick that time, actually Roderick had a step on 2 of the defenders, and Turnbull had a nice throw. He just didn't have quite enough juice on it. If he had a little more juice on that one might have gotten there in time. But Sloan got sandwiched. The 2 defenders able to get in his face, deflect the ball away.
Savion James at the end of that play standing in the corner of the end zone with his hands up, but what he doesn't understand is Turnbull was flushed out of the pocket to the opposite side and never saw him. And honestly, if he had put that ball a step further into the end zone, Rod Sloan has a touchdown right there. Either way, that's going to bring us to 4th down and 19.
Far side, it says 3rd. That's incomplete on the crew on the far side. The scoreboard has it correct. It's 4th down and 19. You know, you could punt the football now, but you're 2 possessions down.
That's
the way
right.
this game is going, you just need to take a shot right here. See if you can move the chains. If you can't, you can't. But it's interesting because on the far side, it still says 3rd down over there. It is 4th down on the board. The board, I'm quite certain, is correct.
Yeah, I think you're right. I didn't see any flags or
now they just changed it on the sideline. All right, here we go. 4th down, dropping to midfield. Turnbull under pressure, steps up. Now throws way downfield. It is incomplete. Wasn't even close. 2 defenders had a better chance at it. Turnbull really had no opportunity that time. Good coverage defensively by the 2 safeties and one of the corners for the Yukon Millers, and it is a turnover, and Yukon with a chance now and a 2 touchdown lead, 8:55 to go. A chance now to milk this clock some. Last year, it was a 5-turnover evening. You remember it at Putnam City Stadium, and Yukon defeated the Pirates 26-16 in a game that Coach Willis Alexander's, obviously said this was a game that got away from us, had 5 turnovers. Tonight, it's been a different scenario. It's been chase all evening long, trying to catch up with what once was a 20-0 deficit.
That's right. I think the hole just got dug really deep early. They're going to have to figure out how to stop this run game, or they're going to be in trouble here late.
Well, they get a chance right here as on 1st down. The ball is handed off and running off the left side and picking up about 4 or 5 yards is Shelburne as he's able to move. Shelburne has had quite a game. Shelburne on the 2 deep, listed as a wide receiver. The backup behind Lujan, George Keith, we've not seen him in the game, but Prince Shelburne, a sophomore, has done a good job running the football, almost as good as Lujan.
That's right. Wasn't even on the radar and has done a fantastic job.
And he gets the handoff again, goes right, finds a seam to the left, and behind a good block on the left side of his line on 2nd down is able to get within a yard of what he needs for a 1st down. The ball inches out to the 49-yard line, and we're going to see Yukon now trying to keep the ball on the ground, and we're probably going to see Yukon running that play clock down as close as they can each time because the touchdown lead is at 2, 42-28, and the clock is at 7:52 from the finish of this Week 0 opener. 2 wides near side, tight end, off the line of scrimmage on the right side. Single back, shoves to the left of Jones. He takes the handoff, hands it off again. Big hole to the 40, breaking the tackle all the way to the 30, still going, powering his way all the way downtown. A gaping hole on the left side that time, and all the way down goes Shelburne as he gets it clear down to the 30-yard line. And let me check myself. That was Lujan who had checked back in for Shelburne.
That's right.
Nice run by Destry Lujan. He had a great first half. Shelburne's kind of taken over. He gets back in. He's fresh. He gets a great block on the left side from Schultz and Carter, and it was almost goodbye City.
10 carries, 99 yards for Lujan, only his 2nd carry of the second half. but he does pick up the 20 yards there and gives them a first down in Pirate territory nearing the red zone. The Pirates are going to have to bend but not break here. 2 touchdowns with 6.5 minutes to go. That's a lot to ask.
Jones takes the snap, hands again left. Shelburne runs wide, able to find an opening, and gets down inside the 30 to 25-yard line. Not only Shelburne, also Lujan, and also Jones, they have destroyed the Pirate defense with short sweeps to the short side of the field, and as if they expect to be an avenue there, and there's been an avenue each time. Something's got to happen defensively to stop that avenue.
Well, this has definitely been a definition of stable of runners for Yukon, and they have found success on the ground.
They got a tight end to the right, 2 wide receivers, short side of the field. Pirates almost have a jump off offside, but get back. As Jones looked back over to his bench, he's changed the play at the line of scrimmage, takes the snap, turns, now hands it off again, and again, Shelburne running, ducks his head, goes inside the 20 all the way to the 25-yard line. It looked like that he was going to be stopped out around the 26-yard line, and the guy who looked like he was going to make the stop that time, unable to do so, was the strong safety Stephen Matthews. Matthews, who had a touchdown earlier in the game on a scoop and run off a fumble on a pass that the ball was stripped loose, and he went 36 yards for a touchdown. That time, he looked like he had Shelburne in his grip up around the 20-yard line, but he got loose from him, able to move it all the way down to the 16. 5.5 minutes, less than half of a quarter remaining, and Yukon in complete control of this game now with a 2-touchdown lead and milking the clock as the play clock goes down to 4 seconds, 3, and the snap will come just in time, maybe. Nope, this should be delay a game. The play clock went to 0. Jones just took the snap. There's no whistle. I'm looking at the play clock. The play clock went to 0, and there was no delay of game call. In fact, there was 2 more seconds there. Somebody lost track of something. That should have been a 5-yard penalty right there.
Yeah, absolutely a swing and miss on the delay of game call. The officials
How can you miss that?
It's early season form, but golly, the clock did the work for you. You didn't even have to see it. You know.
Well, somebody's in charge of watching the clock anyway.
That's right.
Yeah. Listen, if I can see the clock, okay, I can see the clock. The officials should see the clock.
Nevertheless, second
down. Well, they got away
9.
with that. All right, it's second down. Ball at the 16-yard line. This is probably all just meaningless talk right now with the ball game beginning to truly slip away with less than 5 minutes to go. They do stop the clock for a minute, 4:24 to play. Now the head linesman had dropped the flag for a moment. Are we getting ready to have a you know what? I think there was a little were they listening to the streaming cast?
Yeah, you thought they had headsets in to listen to each other, but what this really was is they heard that they missed one, so it was a makeup call.
Did we get a delay a game?
I think they said that it was a false start, but
a false start.
It felt like a little bonus false start here.
Exactly. Find somebody twitching a hand, and let's call a false start here to make up for the missed call earlier. All right.
Well, when John Brooks says it, you do it. That's what happens.
There you go. All right. Jones takes the snap, turns. Hands again. Outside Shelburne finds the perimeter and gets inside the 20. The snap came from the 21. He gets inside the 20 down close to the 15. That's where they're going to mark it. And the bad news continues because the clock is now down to 4 minutes to play. Yukon next week with their arch rival on Friday night at Mustang, and home opener for the Putnam City Pirates against Putnam City West. Kind of hoping that we could have gotten a score from Dick Balancifan on that West and Southeast game, because I talked to Dick at halftime. It was a one-possession game. 3:38 to play, clock continuing to roll, and the Millers content as they see the play clock go to 6-4, and a timeout's going to be taken. So they milk that clock down as much as they can. They take a timeout. They have a 3rd down and 9 coming. Nice clock management here by the Millers and by head coach Brent Barnes. Last year, Barnes had returned to Yukon, a place that he I'd often thought that he wanted maybe even to retire at. It was a tough year last year for Yukon in 6A1 District 2. They were 1-6 in the district, 3-7 overall. Again, in the Coaches Bowl, they have been picked along with Westmore as the two teams expected to be down at the bottom of the stack and to miss any playoff action. Over on the other side, the Pirates, who have had a disappointing opener tonight in the Coaches Bowl and 6A2 District 1, picked behind Choctaw and Stillwater as the number 3 choice in the preseason poll. And it has not tonight looked like a team that is picked to be number 3 in that district. It has been a tough evening for the Pirates. There have been some nice things that have happened, but there have been a lot of things that need to be corrected. But then that's why you play week 0, and why in the end it means nothing when it comes to the playoffs.
That's right. PC West does drop their opener to Southeast 21-13.
21-13, so it was close to a one-possession game. Wyatt Jones takes the snap, pulls it back, looks right, going to go deep in the end zone, got a man on the far side, the jump for it on the far side, and it is caught for the touchdown. And guess who? Would that be Yebbitt? It certainly would. Daniel Yebbitt on a 9-yard touchdown pass, a 14-yard touchdown pass, now has 4 reception. I don't think our friends at the Daily Oklahoma, Nick Sardis and Jordan Davis, may have trouble with finding a Metro Player of the Week after this one. 4 touchdown catches for Yebbitt.
Well, an unbelievable play there, and he picks that up, juggling it all over the place, and is able to come down with it. Pirates block the extra point, though, maybe all for naught, down 20 points with 3:15 left to go in this one. But, a nice catch there in the end zone, and that gives Yukon a 3-possession lead with 3:16 left. But, John, listen, crazier things have happened tonight.
Well, there's been a lot of points scored tonight. If that's what you're trying, if that's what you're trying to pull out of there.
Yeah, maybe. All right. Well, we're going to step aside. We'll have the last part of the fourth quarter right after this. You were listening to Putnam City Football on PCTV, presented by Professional Recyclers.
For those aspiring to change the world, the curious, the inspired, the healers, the innovators. What you imagine, you create. Dare to imagine the future you at Francis Tedle.
Welcome back into the broadcast, Putnam City Pirate Football on PCTV, and it is 48-28. Pirates down, and kickoff gonna go to number 22, Deshaun Buford yet again. Why not?
His 7th, right?
Yeah, that's right.
His 7th punch kickoff tonight. Yukon has had 9 possessions. Now, one of their touchdowns did come on a 40-yard interception return. So what are you at? You're at 7-6. They've had 9 possessions, 6 touchdowns.
Yeah, a pretty good night offensively, obviously, for Yukon. And I would imagine once we have finalized stats, you would probably have 3 rushers near 100 yards each.
Exactly, yeah. All right, Pirates down 20 with 3:16 to go, trying to salvage something. And CJ back to take the pass, gets it ahead to Taylor. He finds him at the 40-yard line, and Mitchell is able to get 2 or 3 more as he gets out to the 45-yard line. Mitchell Taylor back as a senior at Putnam City, played at Putnam City North as a starter last year, returned to the school where he started his high school career when he started at Putnam City Original back as a freshman. Makes the 13-yard catch. Turnbull turns, throws it out into the flat. It is caught and out of bounds with it quickly on the near side goes Thomas Stone. So Stone, who had only 3 catches last year, returning tight end, he gets it. And there's going to be a lot of soft coverage now by Yukon. They've got a 3-touchdown lead. You're going to get a chance to boost your statistics a little bit. But the reality is that the Pirates are going to fall to 0-1 out of the gate as they did last year and lost to Yukon before coming back for that 7-5 season that got them 2 weekends deep into the playoffs. C.J. Turnbull drops again. Now he's got a man way downfield on the far side, and at the 10-yard line, the ball is overthrown. Good coverage that time, and it was Stinson Powers who was the intended receiver.
Incomplete again, and that is
let me correct that. It was Sean Jones. I'm sorry.
That's right. That's right. 9 for 14 so far tonight in this contest for C.J. Turnbull. Probably not a night that he's going to want to reminisce about anytime soon. But, you know, you do have to imagine this is a new quarterback in this system, new receivers. They're all trying to get used to each other, and this is why these non-district games are good tune-up opportunities.
Timeout taken on the field. I think we have a possible Pirate injury on the far side. Official is talking with, actually I think it's equipment problem with Sean Jones, one of the assistant coaches out there. They have it solved, so there was a brief timeout. Millers gather around their head coach Brent Barnes down on the sideline during this pause in the action with 2 minutes and 50 seconds to play. It was 20-13 at the end of the first quarter.
That's right.
It was 28 to
30,
20. No, 35-20.
Yeah, 35-13.
35-13 at halftime.
That's right. That's right. The Pirates get in 2 different big holes in this one and then draw back within a score.
Yeah, they're down 35-27.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So,
all right, Turnbull takes the snap as plays back, avoids the tackler, now throws over the middle. It was low, incomplete at the 32-yard line, and that'll stop the clock. Savion James was the intended receiver. Clock down to 2:43, and now 3rd down and 10.
Pirates really need some miracles here. At this point, you're really just kind of trying to work on some things and get ready for your matchup against PC West next Thursday night. But still an opportunity to kind of sharpen things up here with 2:45 to go.
Turnbull looks to the left now, steps out of the pocket, rolls right near sideline, looks upfield. He's got a man downfield. It is incomplete, wide open at the 20-yard line. The pass was just a little bit behind, and unable to hold on to it was Mitchell Taylor. Mitchell looked like that he acrobatically had spun in the air and had it in his hands, but as he came down, the ball popped loose. It would have been a 1st down at the 25-yard line and sets up what could be the final offensive play of the night for the Pirates if they are not able to get the ball down inside the 35. They have to go to the 34. And they face 4th down and 10 with 2 wides to the far, 2 to the near. Empty backfield. Turnbull steps. He's got time. Throws over the middle. And it is caught at the 15 or the 20 down to the 15-yard line, all the way down inside to the 10-yard line. And it was the tight end, Thomas Jones, who gets his 2nd reception of the night. And again, he had 3 receptions last year as a junior. A big one there because that one comes from the 44-yard line all the way down to the 15. They're going to mark it at the 12. That is a 32-yard pickup, and it's Turnbull's biggest reception of the night yardage-wise.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Other than the 43-yard touchdown.
I'm sorry, except the 43-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
I was trying to refigure that one for a moment because I knew we had the touchdown throw. All right, First down and the ball outside the 10, and now a timeout has been taken. So the Pirates want to talk it over. 2:03 to play, trying to get at least something that will make the taste in the mouth feel a little bit better when that bus ride comes back from Yukon over to campus at Putnam City.
Yukon takes a timeout. We're going to take it with them. You are listening to Putnam City Pirate Football on PCTV, presented by Professional Recyclers.
JimNortonBuysCars.com. Not only will Jim Norton Toyota's mobile buying unit come to your home or business, we'll guarantee to beat anybody's written offer for your vehicle by $500, or we'll give you a $50 prepaid gift card. JimNortonBuysCars.com. The fastest, safest way to get the most for your vehicle, cash on the spot. Log on JimNortonBuysCars.com, and Jim Norton Toyota's mobile buying unit will come to you.
JimNortonBuysCars.com.
Welcome back into the broadcast. It is first down and 10 for the Pirates inside the red zone.
And Turnbull with a running back behind him takes the snap. Throws deep to the end zone. He's got a man in the far corner. And
touchdown.
It is going to be a touchdown. It looks like we waited for a second to see the call, and it is Savion James just able to get the ball down and a foot down, 1 foot down inside the end zone near the pillar at the deep part of the end zone. Perfect throw by Turnbull. And if you look at the game tonight, without question, I think, Jeremy, that's his best throw of the night, everything considered. I mean, he put it exactly where he had to. James had the step on the cornerback. He gets the touchdown throw.
Beautiful play there. That ball is in a perfect spot, double coverage, but only his guy could get to it, and he hits Savion James in the corner. They score the touchdown here late, and the extra point is good. So the Pirates draw it within 13 points now. 35-48 here late in this one. We imagine onside kick time, right? Pirates still two timeouts left.
Why not? 2 timeouts. Yep.
This could get real interesting.
Now you are creating a scenario that might be a little ambitious.
I listen. I don't disagree, but
because if the onside kick is not successful,
right,
then we know what's going to happen on that scoreboard. But at least it leaves some kind of a nice. For Turnbull, I think it really helps him. I mean, to me, looking back, I know he had the long touchdown pass,
right,
but I'm telling you, for where he put the ball when he needed to put it, that might have been his best throw of the night, and it comes late in the game.
He does have the 2 touchdown passes tonight. His first completion of the night and his last, both going for touchdowns.
Yeah.
1:56 left to go here in this one. Pirates down by 13. I would imagine we'll see a little bit of trickery here on the kickoff. Pirates with 2 timeouts left. Yukon out of timeouts, so that's kind of interesting. But, John, you can't blame me. I'm a 2007 graduate of Putnam City High School.
I know. I understand, Jeremy.
Little home cooking,
Yeah, little home cooking here. I think we've been pretty good with not a lot of home cooking.
Yeah, we have been.
But you might as well put a little home cooking on the table.
That's right.
Right here at the end. Here we go. Here's the onside. No, he didn't. He kicked it deep. He didn't go onside. And it'll be flagged down on a fair catch at the 14-yard line. And I'm not sure what the thought was there, but that pretty well puts the mark on this one.
Noel Key calls for the fair catch inside the 15 there, the senior wide receiver. So this is where it gets interesting. The Pirates,
they do have the 2 timeouts, so I can see what Willis and his staff were thinking. Let's just kick the ball deep. Look like we're going to kick it the way we did, kicked it deep. You got 2 timeouts. Maybe you get a break and you get the ball back one more time. Then, obviously, if you were to pull one off, you would then have the onside kick. And if we've not gone through a lot of scenario right there,
yeah, that's right.
Then we need to take another look at ourselves.
Everything has to go right at this point if you're the Pirates.
This is when you're living in a dream world and hoping that the dream will come true. All right, first down. Wyatt Jones at quarterback's going all the way. He'll hand the ball off. Shelburne runs to the left, gets out across the 12, and now we should get a timeout taken by Putnam City. We're right on the timeouts, aren't we? Yeah, the Pirates have 2. You know what? They didn't take the timeout here. I think they're going to take it after the next snap, which is going to be 40 seconds away. So I'm not sure what the deal is here. The clock at 1:28. It's all just I'm not sure what the right word is. What would you think?
Well,
all a little bit of dreaming right now.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Looks like 48-35 is going to be your final tonight. Clock down to 1 minute and 10 seconds, and that's exactly what's going to happen. This one's going to run out. The Pirates will lose the opener by 13. They got themselves in a 20-point hole in the first quarter. You can do the math. They were down 20. They lose by 13. They outscored Yukon after the deficit earlier. Maybe the next to last snap, handoff again. Shelburne moves it out, keeps going, still going with it, still on his feet. Excuse me, that was Lujan. And Lujan gets the first down, and that will put it away with 44 seconds to play. May not have to make another snap. If not, there'll be at least one. Coming up next week, it'll be Putnam City West, 7 o'clock, kickoff at PC Original.
That's right. And Lujan probably glad that he got one more opportunity to carry the football tonight. He did. He was at 11 carries for 99 yards. That last one put him at 12 for 109 on the evening. And so Yukon going to win the opener here at home. And then, of course, the Canadian County Bedlam, as they're calling it, Yukon and Mustang.
Yeah, that's it. Yukon's deal next, and the clock will run on out, and this will do it. Clock runs down, no more snap. This one is in the books. The final score, Yukon 48 and the Putnam City Pirates 35.
Well, that is not the way the Pirates wanted to start the season, but Yukon does get the win to get to 1-0. Pirates go to 0-1 here in week 0. Next week, it's going to be Mustang for Yukon. It'll be PC West at home for the home opener for the Pirates. John, any final thoughts about tonight's contest?
I do think this, obviously, when you get down 20-0, and it's early, but I do believe that, you might have folded. You're not going to fold the tent in the first quarter, but you had to find some way to get back in the game, and they did it with their defense, getting a couple of key turnovers and getting good field position on one, getting a score on another, and getting back in the game. And they were able to get it within a touchdown on 2 occasions. But this was a situation tonight where there were just, first of all, there were too many errors. But I think most importantly, you've got an offense that's still really, really trying to find itself. And C.J. Turnbull did an excellent job rushing the football, ran very well. Late in the game, looked like he was beginning to get a little bit better feel of passing the football and a little bit better on his progressions and everything. But this was a learning experience tonight for the Pirates. The beautiful part is you don't like to go 0-1, but one thing for sure, and the way the format is in Oklahoma, you play those first 3 games, they do not keep you out. You remember, it was maybe 6 years ago, Carl Albert went 0-3 out of the gate and won the state championship
right in
5A because they went through district play and went on. So, you can make a lot of ifs, ands, and buts about it. Nobody wants to lose, but it is a situation where you learn. Next week, you'll be heavily favored against Putnam City West. You get a good feel there. Then you're an open date, and then you're getting close to the start of things. So, not the end of the world. Some good things that happened. I think there's some things that happened here tonight that will make Willis Alexander and his staff believe that we do have a chance here with this team to be a better offensive team than last year. There were times when you would have looked and said, no, I think you're crazy to make that remark, but I think overall, and especially in the second half, there was some things that happened. There's probably a better feel. Hey, it's the first game of the season. You don't make a season out of the first game.
That's exactly right.
Enjoyed working with you.
Absolutely, John. It was an absolute privilege. You're a legend, and it was certainly a lot of fun. So, going to be broadcasting games all season long on PCTV.
And presented by our good friends at Professional Recycler.
Exactly
we'll say
right.
it one more time. 2 people at the end of the season, final home game, are going to win $250 each because they brought clothes or shoes, and you can bring them each game. Each time you bring something to the stadium and you put it in the big bins that will be there inside the main gate at Putnam City Stadium, you're going to get a raffle card, and you fill it out, you'll put it in the box, and at the end of the year there's going to be a drawing. A lot of that, of those donations, part of the money that comes from those donations, a lot of it will go, a very large amount of it will go to the Putnam City football program. It's a great, great deal. Going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be a good season. Pirates are going to rebound. They're going to make the playoffs. There's going to be a lot of action and a chance for some fans to win money also.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, it was an absolute pleasure to work with you this evening.
Same thing here.
Yeah, and so a good one, and a lot of fun. At least in week 0, we got some good football, some offensive sparks on both sides. For John Brooks, I'm Jeremy Coleman. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight, and remember, once a pirate, always a pirate.